what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for MUFC Unfiltered Podcast, Sunday night show where we're going to dissect all the latest Man United talk, all the latest Man United news. It could be therapy part 2. You know what I mean? Yesterday, we were there talking about it all. I hope you lot enjoyed the show. And yeah, man, we got a lot to discuss. Ten Hag's crazy comments. We're going to dissect that in clear detail. Bruno Fernandes, I'm sorry, but it has to be talked about again. I'm sick and tired of Bruno Fernandes. And then, yeah, man, just in general, got some news on Mason Greenwood and so forth. So, yeah, big up to everyone watching. Make sure you like the video. Big up to Ash for joining us as usual, man. Ash, what are you telling me?
Mate, did you Old Trafford yesterday? I mean, that was the most subdued, most quiet kind of 60, 65 minutes I'd ever heard at Old Trafford. Just fans were interested. Fans are kind of resigned now to expect a poor performance, a poor result. And we're not talking we're playing Liverpool, we're playing Man City, playing Fulham. Do you know what I mean? I'm not to say disrespect Fulham in that way, but you'd expect us to do a little bit more coming off the back of a couple of wins. And it's frustrating to be there, frustrating just overall in general, just everything around Old Trafford at the moment, the division between the fans, the players on the field not caring, Ten Hag delusional comments and madness side in it. Do you know what I mean? It's just another week, and people getting excited about these run of fixtures that we were just on against average teams, and we were barely scraping by. It was inevitable. We've been called out over the past couple of weeks. Like maybe we've been a little bit too negative and stuff, but it's what we're seeing. Yeah. Like we're not seeing great performance. This was inevitable. That performance yesterday was inevitable, and I think we'll continue to see these kind of performances.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But big up to you, Ash Double A. What are you telling me, man? You came with your pops yesterday as well. Good to see you. You know what the best thing about coming to United games nowadays is just seeing everyone there, man. You know what I mean? Good laugh and that, good vibes, and then you see Man United playing, and you're like, "Fuck me, get back outside."
should have just stayed outside chatting, bro. That's the best bit about the game. Do you know what I mean? Just wanted to make sure it's okay with you. Yeah, I'm in a bedroom, so am I okay to be on the show? Like,
yeah. No, you're okay. Don't worry.
I'm in a bedroom.
Yeah, you're okay.
Okay to be that's
you're okay. You're okay. Yeah,
cool,
yeah. What are you saying?
One slide, bro. Now, other than the frustration that is this football season, bro, I'm really good, man. Can't complain. Good to be with the brothers. Good to be able to ring Ash inside Old Trafford and have a conversation yesterday.
I've seen that.
Do you know what I mean? And then, bro, do you know what I forgot to tell you as well, Ash? As soon as you finished off the phone with you, fucking Andy was just behind us. Fucking Andy rang me. Andy, like, I thought you were talking to me.
Therapy during the game. What was Andy saying during the game?
Well, he was there, innit? And he was like, "Oh, bro," and he was just chatting a bit. And then he got off the phone to Andy, and then literally 2 seconds later, I looked behind, because he obviously was shouting to me on the phone. Bare people asking for photos. I was like, nah.
Yeah, then it's like, nah, Andy Tate.
Yeah, man. Other than that, good to be with the brothers. Yeah. Good to be chatting it up on a Sunday evening. Good, the best chat on YouTube. Good to be here. Yeah, man. Got a lot to say, and yeah, man. Someone just said a good scene, and I've not even seen the vlog. Actually, I've not seen myself.
Yeah, just posted it up, mate. Yeah, go have a watch.
I'm gonna watch it after this for sure.
No, definitely, man. Big up to you. Andy Tate couldn't make it today, but apologies. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's got their own little stuff going on, man. So, Andy, hope you're well. If you're watching this, big up to you, Andy Tate. And yeah, flawless, man. What are you telling me, man?
I'm blessed, man. Everything's good. Apologies on the lateness, my people. What's everyone saying? Or everybody good?
Yeah, man. Can't complain, man. Can't complain. You know what I'm saying to you? It's Man United, isn't it? That's what it is, man. So, it's true, man. It's true. You know what I mean? Everything else is good. And then United come and say, yo, listen, we go top, man. We go top, man. But listen, 600 of you in the building. Make sure you lot have the likes already. And let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into these Ten Hag comments, man, because he came out yesterday saying a few things. He said, you have to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture looks good. part 1 of what he said. This is part 2 of what he said. He goes, definitely we are in the right direction here, Man United. When we have the players in the squad available, we have a good team, he added. You know what pisses me off, yeah? First of all, blindly telling us things that aren't true, yeah, like just putting out these buzzwords about we're in the right direction. But also, I'm sick and tired of this. When our players get back, when are this, when are that? Like, honestly, I'm absolutely sick and tired. They didn't have Paulinho yesterday. That's their best midfielder. And he probably walks into our midfield, by the way. He didn't play yesterday, and they still dominated
probably.
our midfield.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay, let me ask
I've been an
he
asshole in
does
school.
get in our midfield. He does. But this guy has the audacity to say, when we have our players back, we'll look better. Of course, you go put any team out there in the Premier League and say, right, have your best players available. They'll all say we've got a chance of somehow getting something from the game. But you know what, Ten Hag? There's injuries a part of the game. You know what, Ten Hag? If it weren't for you rushing players back, you might have them players over there. Come on, mate. Logic sense tells you, broski, it's not always going to be possible. But what you do have is a group of available players that are there. What you do have is Amad Diallo, but you decided to bench him. And then when you knew your job was on the line, oh, shall I bring Amad Diallo on to save my job? Bro, I'm telling you now, yeah, I don't buy into that gimmick that he wanted to play Amad Diallo. That was not part of his plans. I'm telling you right now, guys. He wanted to bring on Anthony, but then he realized, shit, Anthony ain't going to give me a winner. Amad Diallo might get me a winner. Boom, he brought on Amad Diallo. Then he brought on Anthony because I think Lindelof got injured. But I'm sick and tired of this guy's excuses and the lies. This guy's lying to my face about we're in the right direction. Broski, we're the worst team that plays football in the Premier League apart from Sheffield United and maybe Burnley. That is it. I'm telling you now, Luton play better than us. Everton play better. Every single team plays better football than us. Fulham, by the way, yeah, you know their fans. I don't know if you see their fans what they were singing yesterday. How shit must you be? We're winning away.
Yeah, facts.
We're winning, broski.
They had one win away from home before us. They were 19th before that game in the away table. And you know where we was before that game in the home form table? 9th. Our away form's actually been okay. I think we're 4th. I don't know where we're at now, but before that game, we was 4th away from home and we're 9th. But all them things you're saying, if you're relying on your best players to play any form of good football, that means you are not coaching. You're just relying on their individual talents. We just watched Liverpool win a trophy. How many players have they got missing? Yes, there's going to be a drop-off of quality when your better players are not available. But you put a system in place where players, even if they're not as good as your first teamers, can still perform to a certain level. We've what Manchester City. You know, it's when Manchester City have players injured, we don't discuss it. It's not mentioned whatsoever. Haaland's been injured this season, who is their best striker. John Stones, who is their best centre-back, has been missing this season. Kevin De Bruyne, who is arguably their best central midfielder, has also been injured. Did Manchester City not get 100+ points and he was missing? Why is that not an excuse? Like, why is that? And people will say, oh, they have players of better quality, but that comes down to recruitment. But still, Liverpool are a prime example. Who were those players that were out there today? You lot don't know these, man. But yet they still played. All the two teams I just mentioned that in a title race. Why is injuries only an excuse for us? Yes, injuries are part of football. That's why you don't have 11 players. This is why you have a squad of 24, 25. Because you're supposed to have certain players of certain quality. Yeah, of course. Go on.
So, can I ask you a question? Sorry to cut you in. Do Man United play that brand of football that Liverpool played with all them injuries? I genuinely, this is why for me, yeah, listen, Ten Hag won his Carabao Cup and credit to him, yeah. I'm not taking it away from him, yeah. But I'm just telling you about injuries, yeah. They had how many injuries? And Chelsea's team could not get past them. Because you know what? They actually have a philosophy. Klopp was like, listen, I believe in you guys. Play the football the right way and you will go and win that competition. And they did that. All of them know what they're doing under the manager because they have a belief and an identity. Come on, man, miss me with these injuries. It's always an excuse for Man United. But for everyone else, it's like, yeah, we'll get on with it. Come on, man. We had a good enough team to beat Fulham yesterday. A good enough team to beat Fulham yesterday.
Absolutely.
Saeed, you see when we have a fully fit team, we don't play well. Do you know what I mean? So it's not this idea when we've got an injured team. When we've got a fully fit team, we're struggling to score goals. And I mean, you're putting Lindelof right-footed, one-footed, right-footed on the left-hand side when you've got Delo there who can play at that left-back spot. Do you know what I mean? Little decisions like that. You look at the way we tried to progress the ball out of the back yesterday. So slow, no idea, kind of no invention, nothing for the players. It's like they've not been given any tools to go and play the ball out from the back. You look at Fulham progressing the ball from the back. It was quick. They were getting out, and how many times were they cutting through us with ease? Do you know what I mean?
Honest.
It's not a case of injuries. It's a case of the manager's not implementing and not got the tools capable within his tool bag to give these players the quality to go out there and play. It's clear now. We've seen for 18 months. We've seen that this manager is not good enough to manage a club like Manchester United, not manage these players. Anthony, bringing in Anthony. Letting go of Andres Pereira. Andres Pereira was balling yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Was happy to let him go. It's
Ronaldinho, apparently, according to Saeed. Fucking Ronaldinho.
Bro, Iwobi was dancing around like Ronaldinho, mate. I'm telling you, man was dancing around, bro. Man, you know what? That guy in midfield, yeah. I thought it was Paul Scholes the way he was playing.
Are you talking about Reed?
Genuinely, I thought it was Paul Scholes.
Reed,
yeah, bro. Man was strolling around.
Saeed, we are Saeed. Stop.
Bro.
We are not the bar. Everybody plays well against us.
But I'm just saying, though. Man are acting like these players are like Paul Scholes. The way they're giving respect to them. The way man like Castagno. Yo, man's doing 1-2s and that.
It's not about giving respect. We are Jenna Jameson. Teams run train on us, mate. They absolutely just roll through and run train.
Hey, yo.
Bro,
let me pause.
No.
Let me read the super chats so we can pause that one, yeah? Let me read the super chats. Lee MC says, well in for putting that Nottingham Forest fan in his place last night, calling people plastic. He has no room to talk. Facts, bro. Big up to you. Klopp's side, Liverpool side play the same way regardless of personnel. Absolutely, bro. Spot on. Big up to YUFC says, Saeed, inshallah, you understand how these shit players are. I genuinely believe everything I will be good with or without United. You will see. Inshallah. We'll talk about the players. Don't get me wrong. We'll talk about the players. And big up Lucas, man. It's been a while, bro. Hope you're well. Tenag and Moyes, Dumber and Dumber. Listen, West Ham, boy, you are in trouble. I think you play tomorrow night, don't you? So, yeah, man, listen, I don't know what's going to happen over there, but yeah, Double A, carry on.
What is it?
I just Googled it. Not too bad.
We conceded what? Like 400 and odd shots in 24 games or whatever. Mad it is, yeah? Bro,
Everything.
Bro, Old Trafford is full of fluffers, mate, because we are just a pawn set. Like, teams are coming and just destroying us every single game. Like, and then
well, be sensible now, Flawless. Come on.
You mean? You're looking at me. That's just said destroyed. Never mind. You know what?
It took me first time speaking to get Flawless gone. and then you know, like yesterday was my tipping point. Honestly and truly, like, listen, I've been back and forth. And I said last week we may as well sit back because I still believe he's not going anywhere. Let's be honest. I still don't think. But then I think if we get knocked out the cup and get battered by City, I think he's walking a tightrope after what's happened on Saturday. But I come out of Old Trafford and yes, I'm running on emotion. But I think what I said was true, and I never said anything about players. I'm talking about this manager has no clue. He's got absolutely no clue, and he's living on borrowed time. He's living on moments, and for a manager in February, a Manchester United manager in February, to say every single game we have is a cup final is a red flag. It's a massive red flag.
Facts.
And our season hinders on Wednesday against Forest. If we lose, the season's done. And so should he be. Like, there's a few moments in yesterday's game, and I started the game, and I'll talk. Starting Forsen, right? No one can start coming here to me in the summer. In the summer, you can't tell me Forsen was a player everyone was raving about, and it's someone that we want to start games.
No.
Right? It was all about Ahmad. It was all about Pulisic starting to get minutes. Sancho. It was all about the players that are there. Garnacho getting more minutes. This kid is starting games because he rejected a contract. Now, if you're, I don't know who it is, if it's the manager or the board telling this manager to start playing players to give them a fucking contract when we're in the fucking mud, right? And you've got an £80 million player on the fucking bench. You've got a kid that smashed it in the championship last season that can't get fucking pity minutes against Luton away, right? And he's starting this kid who, for me, and I've seen people, someone likened him to Foden yesterday on Twitter, bro. Like someone was saying he's got similar patterns of play to Foden. Bro, I'm not gonna out who it is, yeah.
No.
Why are we doing this to the kid? It's not fair on the kid.
Somebody said Forson was like Foden.
They were likening Forson to Foden, bro.
You gotta understand,
this is why I know Manchester United are fucked.
You gotta understand double A, man. A lot of people just are delusional. Twitter, it's engagement. People know what they're doing.
And I'm like, he didn't. For me, the first half he did fuck all. Right? Like there's nothing about him that makes me think, wow, he don't get off your seat. He don't look like he's dangerous. He looked tighter, and which you would expect.
Yeah.
If you was to bring him on for the last 20, 30 minutes of a game where we're winning 2 or 3-0, you bring him on, and then he looks tidy doing that, and but to start him in a game at home when we're chasing top 4, which is our fucking goal of the season, is mental. Diallo came on. You said it, Saeed. Diallo came on, and the short cameo we had, and he's right in front of where me and Ash were sat. He looked fucking another level to Forson. And I'm not getting on Forson's back. He's a young kid. Good luck to him. He has a great career. But he shouldn't be starting for United, especially when you've got fucking Anthony on the bench and Diallo on the bench. Now, further to that, again, Garnacho and Rashford stink up the fucking gaff for the whole 90 minutes. Casemiro gets injured, which I get. You've got Amrabat, who you were desperate to get into the fucking club, who's a 6, who allows Mainu, who is our best player for me, by the way, to continue playing that way. He brings Casemiro and Forson off to put Eriksen and fucking McTominay on the pitch. I mean, straight away, what the fuck are you doing? Because then it puts Bruno on the wing, and we know he can't fucking play there. Then he has to change that again to bring Diallo on. But then he's still leaving Garnacho and Rashford on the pitch. Like when Rashford's 9, I just give up because you know what you're getting. And I tweeted about that. He's a lazy bastard, and he is a lazy bastard. Let's not get it wrong. Jumping out of that challenge, and they broke on us and could have fucking scored. And then
did you see the crowd?
He went for a corner, right? And then
the crowd on his case.
A minute later,
bro,
he's jogging back. I'm like,
jogging back, man.
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a flying fuck. And I'm to the point now, and people are trying to get on my back because I'm talking about the manager not knowing what to do in games and not knowing how in a style of play or setting up. And they're like, but the injuries, you're talking about 3 fucking players. How can 3 players change everything about what you're doing?
Change everything.
And I said it. When them 3 players play, we're still scraping fucking wins in the last minute of games. Like, you can't tell me Martinez and Shaw and Casemiro make us play like fucking Barcelona or Brazil or any big team you want to mention. This manager is scrambling. He brings on McTominay because he's desperate for a goal. He's bringing on Diallo because he don't risk fucking Anthony, who does fuck all when he's on the pitch anyway.
Yeah.
So what the idea of Ten Hag is better than the fucking reality. And all these people that are still claiming to this manager being the man are living in fucking dreamland. It's the thought of Ten Hag and what Ten Hag was, when in reality we're watching it in the stadium. It's dog shit, and it needs calling out because any big club that wants to compete and wants to be a big fucking club would not stand for 10 league defeats in a season out of all cups, barring one, which we very likely will go out on Wednesday. And it needs stopping. And then he also come in and start saying, well, this, and this. If they're not looking at him under a microscope and thinking he needs to any bit of success now, and that might be top 4, that might be the FA Cup. Anything less than those 2, he has to go. He has to go. I'm fed. Yeah. I can't take it. I can't take it.
I said the idea of him is better than the reality. Bars.
I know. Bars. Yeah.
Guys.
You know what's mad though? You know what's mad, yeah? I feel like on the ball, we're predictable. Off the ball, I think we're the worst team in the Premier League, man. You know how when you watch on TV, yeah, you see it flawless here. You know how easy the turnovers are. Like, bro, have you seen how easy the turnovers, yeah? Bro, wallahi, there's like 4 or 5 passes. Not even 4, 3 to 4 passes, and they're literally in our goal.
Yeah.
Whereas we Maguire. Oh, no, I don't want to pass. Oh, no, I don't want to pass. Oh, Anana's having to go at whoever. Bro, there's literally nobody knows what they're doing. They're all just clueless. You know, you got Bruno Fernandes shouting at people when he's not doing his job. You got Casemiro. The reason why, listen, let me tell you something here. The reason why Casemiro does what he does, yeah, because he's annoyed. I seen it yesterday. He made 2 brilliant passes over the top, yeah. By the way, 2 brilliant passes. But the reason why he does it, because there's no control in the team. Nobody wants to pass. Nobody wants to do anything. And I'm not, by the way, I'm not excusing what he does here, because some of his passes are poor. But I just look at him, I'm like, there's nobody doing anything. He wants to be the guy that controls the midfield. And I'm like, bro, is anyone doing anything flawless? Is anybody?
No, but we've seen again. We've seen this all season long. But some people, I should say, got blinded by results. And I've said it before, and I say it again, just because you're winning games does not mean you are playing well. Just because you are winning games does not mean those performances are sustainable. Because if you want to be successful over a long period of time, or if you want to be successful in a season and challenge for major trophies, performances have to be sustainable. They have to be good. They have to be good or better for the vast majority. The odd game, yeah, fair enough. That happens to all top teams, where you get the odd bad game and you go, we didn't play well today, we got to win. Or we didn't play well today, but get a draw. But there should be a set standard that we don't fall below. And this is why I bet the chat isn't with people with like, oh, why are you lot so negative after winning and all these things of nature? Well, I celebrate wins, yes, because I'm a Manchester United fan. However, on the flip side, I can look past the win and go, that is not sustainable. We are going to eventually start dropping points and losing games. And look what happened against Fulham. Let's call a spade a spade. Fulham are not a great side. Let's not do that. I like you already said, missing Paulino. And on top of that, like when we've lost pretty much all the games we've lost this season, I can't remember one team who played well against us. And when I say that, was at their best. Every time we've lost games this season, I look at it and go, they didn't even play well. They weren't, like, if Fulham were just phenomenal and just had a 10 out of 10 day, you go, hold your hands up and say, they were just the better side today. They were exceptional. They were just good. That was it. Like 6, 7 out of 10. And again, people, this is not me saying Fulham didn't deserve the win. Fulham 110% thoroughly deserved the 3 points. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just using that as a point. Like in regards to whether it's the Premier League, the Champions League in particular, we're just giving teams points, giving teams goals. And we've seen it all season long. And if you're still backing this manager at this point, I don't know what to tell you. How much more evidence do you need to see? We are 9th, probably lower now, in the home form table. It's February, and we have had 10 defeats in the Premier League. We have 0 goal difference. None of our players, I don't think, in the Premier League have hit 10 goals yet, and we're in February. What is going on? Defensively, we look weak as well. Fulham, the amount, 100 shots in the last 5 games we've conceded. And it doesn't tell the full tale, but teams are having too much joy against us. And I've said we need to be more defensively rigid and more defensively solid. And we had it to an extent, but it disappeared against Fulham because Højlund's the only thing in our attack that offers anything. That's offered anything in recent weeks, sorry. And as soon as he disappeared, I wanted to be wrong, but as soon as he got injured, I said, who's going to do anything? How are we even scoring? I said 2-1 before he got injured. I said 1-0 to Manchester United after, and that was more in hope than expectation. Because any front three you put out there is kind of like, let's say Diallo would have played. We're them relying on Diallo, who hasn't played all season long, to carry our attack. Not contribute, carry. You are now the go-to guy in our attack. Or you're putting Forsen out there, who is a kid. You know what I'm saying? Rashford, who we know is not a 9 and has been dreadful all season. Garnacho, who's limited. That's unfair to him, whether you rate Garnacho or not. Asking Garnacho and saying, you're our go-to guy to carry Manchester United to wins consistently over a season. Bruno's another one. If people are still backing Bruno, like Ten Hag, tells me all like what more evidence do you need to see? How many poor performances does he need to put in before you go, this ain't form, he's just not very good? And we've been saying this, because again, our attack wasn't good last year. But because defensively we were so good and we won a trophy, that blinded people. Our attack was bad last year. Not this year. I mean, not as bad as it is this season, but it was worse last year. 58 goals. 58. That's atrocious. And we're going to score less. But there's no way Manchester United should be scoring 58 goals in a league season. And that's with Rashford having the season of his life in regards to GNA. He had to have a goals in he had to get output we've never seen before from him, a personal best. And I was saying this on this channel when we did the show last season. Our attack's awful, you know. People talking about, oh, we didn't need a new goalkeeper and this and that. I'm like, we still need a lot of players. Don't get fooled by the manager managing at the level he was at and the players operating. And Casemiro and Varane and Martinez having exceptional seasons. Because we're seeing it now with Casemiro not being at that level. Martinez being injured to drop off. Now Rashford's disappeared. Where the goals gone? Well, how many goals we going to score? Are we going to get 45 this season?
Bro, I don't even know how many we're going to get, man.
Are we going to get 40? Let's say Højlund's, how long's Højlund out for before you move on to the super chat? How long?
I feel like he's out for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 more weeks after this.
So it's 2 more weeks after this. I'm legit. I say this now. I don't think we hit 58.
Bro, one thing that was glaringly obvious to me, and I don't think, and I've not seen anyone pick up on it. It's shown how important Højlund is to this team, like how toothless we were up top. And like, I'm not saying he's the best thing in the world, but you see what he adds to the game and what he does.
Build up playing stuff like
that. He allowed.
But I also think though, I also think though, Højlund, when he scores his goal, has zero impact on the team anyway. If I'm being honest with you, like he doesn't, because at the end of the day, nobody passes to him. He's still got not many assists.
Yeah, because he's out there by himself
with the players we've got.
When you look at all the goals, when you look at the goals,
and allowing others. Sorry, bro. I was saying, that movement and the hold up play and just being a centre forward. That not having a centre forward killed that team on Saturday. We had nothing up top. Yeah, Rashford. It's a joke and everyone says it, but you may as well play with 10 players. If Rashford's up top at 9. We saw it. The worst case of it was Wembley, like, and I watched that live. Do you know what I mean? Like the FA Cup, and like you may as well play with 10 because he offers you fuck all, diddly fuck all. I don't think he had one good thing on Saturday, but that's just Rashford for you.
You know, it's crazy. Double A. That's insert player here. What did they do? What did they offer?
Yeah,
even against Fulham, I don't even remember us having, apart from when they took Diop came on and they took off one of their players. I can't remember who the player was.
Yeah, they basically pegged back
before the equalizer. Yeah, but then that's the only time we had moments. How we played in Fulham, I really even have a spell of 5 minutes where we look threatening. Fulham at home, and there's not even a threat. There's not even a spell where you go, the momentum is with us, or the momentum is slowly shifting towards us. Games are just drifting, and we're playing Fulham, who are they're a mid-table team.
Leno had an easy day. Easiest day he'll ever in his life. Do you know what I mean?
Leno nearly cost him. Cost him. Before we move on, big up Monty says, in order to fix one problem, playing Forza as a 9, he created 2 other problems by moving Garnacho to the left and Rashford up top. Also, if Mount was fit this year, we would have not seen Kobe as well. You know what's mad, I think they're all valid points, That's what I'm saying. This manager, everything doesn't seem right, bro. When he's putting Kobe in there, yeah, Kobe's there, but he would have had the pressure of not playing Mount. So would he have really played Kobe Mino? You look at the Anthony situation, he's only put him out of the team now, but Garnacho's there now. But it's like nothing makes sense with this manager. Nothing makes sense.
Scrambling.
So when we want to build on from these players here, say we want to get better than what we've got right now, what's he going to do then? Who's he going to put? Who's he going to do this? Who's he going to do what? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, what do you want to see?
Again, there's no answer. That's the thing with the attack. Like when Højlund got injured and I was discussing it, and I was like, all the front threes people was coming up with, whether it was me, whether it's my panelists, whether it's the chat, they're all bad. Like that's when you know it's a bad indictment, when we're all sat here and none of us are like, oh, we think this is the solution. Like there's no, I don't look at any of the front three, even with Diallo in there. And yes, I think Diallo should be playing. But what we saying? Diallo, Garnacho, Rashford with Bruno behind it. That is horrible. That is horrible. And then we say what? Forcing on one side, Diallo was the false 9 and Garnacho. Is that what you're going with? And then you throw Anthony in the mix with Bruno behind it. Like it's just all the options we have is like they say, oh, bad workman blames his tools. Our tools are awful.
Tenag's happy with these players, though. He's saying it. He's saying he's happy with these players. Do you know what I mean? It's madness. But Flo, I've got to be honest, I don't think they're as bad. I think for me, it's the structure. I feel
the structure don't help. Don't get mistaken.
Yeah, the structure because you look how disjointed they are. Look how like they have no idea of what they're doing on the football field. It all seems to be, which we've been saying for a couple of years now. It seems like as soon as they get the ball, they've got no plan B, C. Do you know what I mean? They're making it up as they go along. There's no chemistry. There's no connections. There's no kind of duos within the team. Like, can you name 2 or 3 players who work together well within a team? You can't. You know, the fullbacks don't really link well with the wide players.
No.
Yeah, no partnerships. But with Ten Hag, what frustrated me most is you see him put Rashford in the middle when it was sort of working. The players were building a little bit of chemistry. You know, Garnacho playing on the right and Rashford off the left. So at that point, you've got to bring Ahmad in the middle. And we've tried the false 9 in the pre-season with Sancho. These are the things which the manager keeps doing. These things which he'll try or he has no reason to make these decisions. Put Ahmad in the number 9 spot there. Like I said, we played Sancho there in the summer in the preseason. So why can't it be done again? Why can't that interlink and the kind of like the understanding of the structure that was placed at the preseason, what he wanted to go with? Instead, he's going with something new with Rashford up top and Amari Forson in the team that he's not seen any minutes at all this season in the league. Okay, so saw a couple of minutes at Wigan. What's Ahmad doing? Do you know what I mean? How is he not getting in the team? It's confusing, and I don't think he knows what he's doing. I think the players don't know what he's doing, and I think when you listen to the press now, there's something I'd noticed in the post conferences and the pre conferences lately is, and this has only happened in the last couple of days, last week or so. They're going in on him. Like before, they were a little bit reserved and not asking him the probing questions. And
they really on his case now.
Really on his case. Really on his case. Like, why didn't?
There's a couple of times Dalot was confused. Dalot was confused. Yeah, Dalot was confused as to what the formation was. So he went over to speak to Ten Hag and kind of clarify what we were doing, basically. So I've seen a couple of incidents, man. And like I said, Bruno's having a go at people. You know, like certain things. Yeah, basics, bro.
Formation.
Basics.
What formation are we playing? That's nothing to do with skill.
We bought a keeper, right? We bought a keeper. This is what baffles me. We let David De Gea go because we needed a keeper that could play off on the back. Lo and behold, we got Onana, and he's not been allowed to play off on the back because there's no structure in front of him to pass. Sometimes, because Leslie's shouting at him, innit? Leslie's like, kick the ball. And you know what? I was like, let me just analyze this properly. So I watched Onana, and I was like, you know what? He hasn't got a choice because Lindelof's left back and he can't invert. You've got Bruno Fernandes not really vacating anywhere. Rashford, he can't kick the ball long because there's no space. You've got Amari Forson and Garnacho. We're not going to be the best at holding up the ball. So really and truly, as much as I think Onana hogs the ball a lot, he hasn't got any options in front of him. He hasn't got Casemiro because Casemiro can't get the ball and receive it and, do the whole De Jong kind of role. Yes. Kobe Mino tries to, but then again, he's still not experienced enough to kind of do it fluently. It's only really Dalot that can do it, but then Dalot is only so much he can go far and carry the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right? Because he's playing out from the back is foolishness, and I've said it. The amount of times we've conceded from it, or conceded possession, or created our own problems. Højlund obviously didn't play against Fulham, but Højlund's there. I say this. Every time he's played, and I'm on a watch log, I say this: kick the ball over to Højlund. He's 6 foot plus. Even if he doesn't win it, you can win seconds and thirds. And even if you lose it, it's in the opposition's half. They have to go the entire way up until your goal. Why are we trying to play out from the back when we don't have the players for it, number one, and we don't have a system in place for it too? We really don't. These players are not for that. And I don't. Have we ever scored? Have we scored a goal this season or created a good opportunity like that from playing out from the back? I cannot remember us scoring a goal from it. Where Onana's played it out and then it's gone to the centre backs and then through the midfield and then it's gone to an attacker and we scored. I don't get this obsession with it. I think it's completely foolish. Like, why just go direct? There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. But again, Ten Hag for you panicked, man. He's just straight panicking. That's what this is. That's why he's playing. No way was Forson. Double A's right. Forson was in his plans. Now all of a sudden, I didn't know about the contract situation. Now all of a sudden, you playing Forson ahead of Anthony, ahead of Diallo, based on, and that's not even a shot at Forson, but why? What has Forson done for you to go, I wanted to see him over Anthony, yes, but it's like, play Diallo, but He's not going to, and then you throw him on with 10 minutes to go. Why? Panic. Keep saying this about this manager. Straight panic. But people got gaslighted by wins and a winning run. Come on, man. Look how we play.
So someone jumps in the comments and said this channel's about negativity. Like, I would love you to come back with something that's positive about Manchester United right now.
Okay, and double A, yeah, because I want to say that to you, because you said this a couple of weeks ago and you was like, you felt you was being negative and you wanted to get back to being a fan. What is positive? And I think you was wrong and you was being harsh on yourself. What is positive about us? If the only thing we can point to is winning games and playing poorly, that's a positive within the game itself, the result. But we cannot point to like, all right, we played well, let's go on. Like, we're going to go and win things. We are playing Forest away, who, let's face it, are battling relegation. None of us, and 99% of the chat I have it up, are confident we're going to win this game. I'll go one further. 99.9% of us wouldn't put money on Manchester United winning that game. We're away at Nottingham Forest. Boy. We're not away at City. We're not away at Liverpool. Like, and we are playing Forest, who are arguably just above a championship side. And we are not confident going there. Why is that?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Someone tell me what's the positive? Like, we can only reflect.
You know, I've got one positive.
Go on.
That he's potentially getting sacked in the next couple of weeks. The reason why I'm saying he's getting sacked in the next couple of weeks, so Jim came out with a statement, but I think he was asked by Bloomberg or CNN, one of the money channels, and he said, "What's the goal?" And he went, "Well, the short-term goal right now is to get into the Champions League because that's really important for FFP." So what that says is he is thinking short-term, and he's thinking we desperately need to get into the Champions League. And if he's not seeing improvements, if he's not seeing this squad and he's thinking, you know what, potentially, even if we bring in an interim with a little bit of a bounce that could get us to that top four, because we desperately need to get into the Champions League to help us out with that FFP, then it's looking like Ten Hag's not going to be lasting much longer, especially if these performances and these results continue. I just can't see it. So there's a positive that we might have to suffer it for too long.
And this thing
he's
about
not really backed him. Yeah.
And people talk about
you hear him stuttering in the interview as well. He was stuttering.
No.
Yeah, he was like, well, he's not had a structure. Do you know what I mean? He's been on Twitter and that, listening to some of these boys.
And people talking about like, negative. We just commented, we just giving our reflection and giving our opinion on what we're seeing. Because what we see in the vast majority of the season has been awful. Do you want us to sit here and lie to you? Is that what we're supposed to do? Are we supposed to sit here and just praise and be positive regardless of what's going on? Go check last season when we was on here. Some of us, no names, we're talking about title charges and things of this nature. It was full of positivity. Full of positive. Not you. Yeah. I didn't say but it was full of positivity because we was playing well to a certain extent. We was getting good results and we seen actually good things on the horizon and we won a trophy. Defensively solid. Second best home record in the league. Third in the league finish. Like I said, cup final and a domestic cup final. Players playing well. Players improving. The new signings also playing well. Rashford had the form of his life. We could point to individual performances. I was confident going into every game last season. But I'm a reflection of what's going on.
You know what's mad, yeah? By the way, 1.5k in the building, 385 likes. Listen, you might have moving like Bruno Fernandes. You're moving like all these. Generally, you might have moving like these players. If you don't want to be associated to these players, hit the damn like button, yeah? And guys, follow everyone's channels, yeah? My thing is, yeah, you know what it is, yeah? I've done watch-alongs. I've gone to the game. Like, I'm celebrating, innit? But I always then have my reflection afterwards. When I'm calmed down and analyzing, I say this ain't good enough. I've said this from day one. You know what I mean? I said it on a Instagram video what I did last week and I got absolutely pelted, yeah? You know what's mad, yeah? Life is funny, you know, because I put out a situation after the Luton game. I said, I'm happy with the 3 points, yeah? But I'm not happy with the style of play. I think we lack identity. The amount of comments, I got 200 comments saying, you're a negative fan, you're absolutely deluded, you're not a real fan. Fast forward 1 week here, and I don't want to be that kind of guy that says, I told you so, because I'm here every week. You see me, win, lose, or draw. Listen, I'm there, innit? I'll give my opinion. Now, fast forward, yeah, go check the comments now. Saeed, spot on. Saeed. And I'm like, hold on a minute. You were the people last week that were telling me I was talking rubbish. And I'm just telling you that my opinion doesn't change after a result. I'm just seeing the patterns over the course of the season. I started the season off Ten Hag in. What changed me from Ten Hag out was the Man City game when he said, I'm playing Lindelof at left back because of tactical reasons.
That's crazy.
That's when he lost me, guys.
Hey, Saeed,
he lost
you know
me
what?
then.
You know what changed you from Ten Hag into Ten Hag out? Ten Hag. That's what
There
happened.
you go.
That's what it was. It wasn't nothing else. You're not out there playing ball. You might be at Old Trafford every week, but you're not in the midfield giving the ball away. You're not out there tracking runners. You're not out there not creating. I think certain fans give too many fans too much credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you've had it, Saeed, where you've been blamed for results. I've been blamed for results. I had to look up and check if I was out there. I was like, what did I do? For real. I was like, what's going on? It's fans like you. How about them man just all right? So when we win, you gonna credit me then? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Right.
If you
exactly.
If you're gonna criticize me and criticize fans when we lose, when we win, hey, you better be all hail me. You should be campaigning for a statue of me outside Old Trafford. What are we doing when we're successful? Too many reactionary fans. That's the problem.
The problem is, it's such a fine line now between being negative and being realistic. And I think us here are realistic to what we see week in, week out. And you can go and live in cloud cuckoo land and go and live in the clouds and think everything's rosy because Ten Hag last season turned the worst ever Premier League team into top three, one cup and another final. And like, like Saeed is saying, this is the start of the season, very much Ten Hag in. We said at the end of last season, it was about progression. We have not progressed. We have regressed massively. And what fans need to remember is football is like you're singing the hokey cokey. Sometimes you can be in, sometimes you can be out, sometimes you can shake it all about. It just depends on what is happening. You're not always going to be in, you're not always going to be out. At the moment, from what I am seeing, I'm not saying I'm Ten Hag out, but I want a change because I don't think he is the man. And the thing is, you're allowed to say someone is not good enough. And what we are seeing, he is not good enough. He does not have the skills to be a top-class elite manager within the Premier League. And that is okay to admit that. We're allowed to say we don't think Ten Hag is good enough. And off the basis of the season so far and where we are and the decisions he's making and the performances this team are putting out and the lack of understanding of what Manchester United even is. I don't even think he talks about it a lot, but I don't think he actually knows what Manchester United is. And he thinks putting Forsen on, and it looks like I'm having to go at Forsen when I'm really not. But throwing young kids on all the time, like, Mainu, he's having to start consistently because there is no one else. Garnacho is having to start consistently because there is no one else.
That's what I mean.
He thinks the youth is what Manchester United is all about, which it's a very important part. So he's playing good attacking football and looking like you're going to win every single game, regardless of the competition. You can't tell me right now, any game we go into, that we're favourites. And I'm talking about Luton. We wasn't favourites to win Luton away the other day. Wasn't favourites at Villa Park. Wasn't favourite at Wolves.
No.
Wasn't favourite. I don't even think we were favourites yesterday. The only reason we were favourites yesterday is because we'd come off four wins.
Sorry to cut you off here. You know what's mad about me, yeah? It's the fact that how Ten Hag has allowed teams to disrespect us, man. At home, sitting back at home to teams. And it happened last season, but I let it slide last season because I was like, you know what? First season, I let it slide. But you know what? Like, for those that go to the games and you're at Old Trafford, don't you feel like, you're a bit embarrassing, man? Like, sitting off Fulham. I'm like, what are we doing sitting off Fulham? Bro, no, I'll be serious. Like, what?
We got smashed 3-0 by Bournemouth. Do you know what I mean? What are we talking about?
Yesterday was a new low. That's the most. Yeah, go on.
No, go.
I was just gonna say that was the most embarrassing I felt. Like, that was a new low yesterday. Like, to me, I don't think it's reactionary because of like 4 about afterwards. Like, that was our worst defeat. It was so bad. And we've had some bad ones. We've had some bad ones.
I'll name 4. I'll name 4 managers.
Name loads of good managers out there.
4 in the summer. Go and get Inzaghi. Go and get Slot. Go and get Amorim. Go and get Nagelsmann, because I guarantee he'll do a better job.
Flick 5. The thing is, there's options, but all they're gonna do is poke holes in anybody we name. Like there's a perfect manager out there. There's no manager with a bulletproof CV, including Pep Guardiola. But that's a whole different conversation. But there's no manager with it. So whether that's Pep, whether that's Klopp, whether that's Unsustainable, whoever your top 5 managers right now are in Europe, all have black marks and holes in their CV. But what we're saying is this manager's not good enough. And guess what? The manager after Ten Hag maybe not good enough. And you know what we'll do? Sack him too. And then we'll go get another one until we get the right one. This is how football works. Kind of like relationships, people. Same way if you're with a girl and it doesn't work out. Guess what? You get rid of her and you get another girl. And if it doesn't work with her, you carry on. You don't say, I'm just going to stay with her because I can't get no one else. You wouldn't do that in real life. What are we talking about here? Or let me go back to my ex because no. What we doing? You move on until you find the right one. What did we do before Sir Alex Ferguson? Did we not sack managers? Was there not 4 or 5 managers before him that got sacked? In that drought where we didn't win a league title and didn't win a European Cup. Same way Liverpool. Did they not sack managers before Klopp? Did City not sack managers before Pep? Same way with Chelsea. Did they not sack managers before Ancelotti, before Mourinho? What are we doing here? We can't name managers. All right, sure.
I don't understand how people can call us negative because, I mean, what can we be positive about? That's what I want to understand. Like, what can we be positive about? What are we looking at Ten Hag and what is there within the squad, within his management style, within the performances, within even the results? Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we seeing? We're on 10 losses here. We're on 10 losses and
in February.
Not negative goal difference. Are we on negative goal difference?
Are we even
zero?
Zero.
Do you know what I mean? We're nearly a March here. What is it to be positive about? I want to know. Do you know what I mean? And you're telling me not any manager can come here and make a difference. Even a bit of a new manager bounce would be acceptable at this point.
Yeah, I take new manager bounce.
Say again, Flows.
And I'd take a new manager bounce. I'm with you on that.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd take a new manager hop right now. Never mind a fucking new manager bounce. I'd take a new manager hop.
Hop, skip, no jump.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Flawless is talking about the regression before. We can accept a little bit of a regression. That's understandable, but it's not been a regression. It's been a collapse. Do you know what I mean? It's been a collapse. These players, and it backed off a lot of his signings, a lot of players that he's let go as well. The likes of Andreas Pereira, the likes of Alanga, the likes of Ghana. You know, these players are performing well for their respective teams. And he's bringing in players like Mason Mount, who paying big money for him when we could have got him for free in this summer, essentially. Onana, who he could have got for free in his first year coming to the club. Instead, and could have backed up David De Gea and had a look at Onana really before we started paying him big contracts and money and stuff like that. Bringing in Amrabat, who's just been nonplussed, and he's not really added anything to the
Where
squad.
is he, by the way? Is he all right? Is he all right? Amrabat, are you okay? If you're alive, please let us know. Amrabat, hope you're good. Man chased him. He made me sit down on deadline day and be excited about Amrabat. He made me go and check for flights. I was
hold on. You was excited about Amrabat. Fucking hell, Saeed. Come on.
No, I'll be serious. I was
excited about
Amrabat.
You was excited about Amrabat. I knew it was nothing. I was nothing more. Bro, you might as well call him polyfiller because that's all he is.
You gotta understand though how bad the window was and what we was looking at.
Nah, I get that. But
that's I understand. Like normally I'd be with you on Saeed's case about that. I get it.
No. But there's not one signing I was excited about over
Mason Mount's laughing in the stands.
Hoyland. The only one I thought.
Mason Mount. That looks like an ASOS model in the stand, bro. That one still annoys me.
Stinker.
That's the one that really,
I told everyone it was going to be the worst signing of
that one. That one irritates me the most.
And then people trying to throw Havertz. Havertz is cooking right now.
Havertz is cooking. Listen,
Mason Mount is the worst signing, and then they're trying to throw it now to say it was a club signing and not his.
No, it was his signing.
But the history was there. He's chased him twice when he was at Chelsea for loans. That's bullshit. They're not trying to say it wasn't his signing. And this is the problem where now people are saying, yeah, but I listen, I'm guilty of saying it myself, but I'm awake. I've woken from a slumber. I'm fully awake right now. Like, said, under a structure, he might be different. This manager has full immunity over signings. When that's taken away from him, someone who is clearly stubborn and likes to work under him being the boss, and you can say, well, he did it at Ajax. I don't think it's going to work at Manchester United. When they're telling him, we want this, this, and this, something new that he's not having, and he's so stubborn. You see how stubborn he is that he won't play his own players now. It's not going to work. This manager is not going to change, and it's not going to work. If anything, it's going to get worse because we already see, and what people need to remember is that we are talking about the manager more because at the end of the day, he's making the decisions and he's making wrong decisions. Let's not let these players get away with it though. They all fucking stink.
Oh yeah.
There's 4 or 5.
All right, let's start.
The rest can fuck off and get fuck off.
Bruno Fernandes.
Fuck off,
Bruno Fernandes.
Bro, I've stopped Thea watching Encanto because there's a character called Bruno. She's not allowed to watch it anymore. It's not allowed in my house. I don't want to hear that name in my house.
Talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno. It's not allowed in my house.
Jeez.
I'm joking. It's not, but I could. I'm close to doing it.
I get you. I get you. I get why you could be there. But yeah, we know these players are bad. Are they better than what they're showing? Yes, and with a better system, would they also perform better? Yeah, but I've said it before on here, I'll say it again. Where does your self-pride and self-accountability come into it? Because there's certain things that our players don't do from an individual standpoint, from a team standpoint, outside of the manager, that is just unacceptable.
Flawless. Speak on Bruno, though. Be specific. Speak on Bruno, because what is Bruno doing? Do you know what I mean? What has happened to him? Do you know what I mean? What are these passes? What's his position?
He's always been like this.
This is why I don't have the debate no more with people, because he's been doing this. This is nothing new. Bruno's form has not fallen off. He played this way last season. He played this way before. But because our attackers were playing better, and because obviously, the season before, Ronaldo was there, he's taking the majority of the spotlight. Now with Bruno, there's nowhere to hide because all of the quote-unquote toxic players and all of the bad players who were holding us back are no longer around now. So Ronaldo's not here. Martial's not here. Sancho's not here. Pogba's not here. Is there another attacker I'm forgetting? Probably those. So all the players who he was making better.
He still somehow managed to get away with it, man. Why does he get away with it though? I don't listen to
because
me,
you know what it is. People no. You know what it is, Saeed. Certain people, because they're now stands. There's too many stands of him, and because they've gone so far, they cannot now turn back because they look crazy if they turn back. It's like someone who's a super fan or a stan, of an artist. If that artist drops a bad album, they can't say it's a bad album or can't say it's a bad song. Because you look crazy. And that's where, because people have backed him so much and talked about, better than Kevin De Bruyne, or world class, best foreign signing ever, the best signing we've had since Cantona. Like when Gary Neville did the red, amber, and green thing on the signings and put him in green. Or because Bruno's carried us to fucking what? What has Bruno carried us to? I'm tired of this shit. Our best season we ever had last season while he's been here, he wasn't even top 4 best players. What are we talking about? Rashford was better than him. Varane was better than him. Martinez was better than him. Casemiro was better than him. What are we doing? What are we talking about here? Our attack's been awful for so long, and who's been a mainstay of that attack? Him. Because if our attack was creating and scoring so many goals, guess who would receive all the credit? All these subjective stats and all this nonsense. Or created the most chances. What's the quality of those chances? Created the most big chances. Fuck off with big chances. Tired of it. Tired of subjective stats. Because we can all sit here and see 20 big chances and all come up with different numbers to how many are actually big chances. He's just not that good. And the stands now have backed him too far. And then you got this idiot manager who's given him the captaincy. And now he's a part of it. You don't even trust him, put him out right wing. For what? That's what it is with Bruno. He's been playing this way. He's no different whatsoever. Volume player. That's it. Not good enough for where we're trying to go to, and is a symbol of where Manchester United are at. Example. He's a player example of where we are at as a club. Top 4 to top 7 player. That's him. If we're gonna go and compete and win major trophies, squad player at best. What are we doing?
People say he's good for Portugal. What the fuck have Portugal won?
Exactly.
Tell me what they've won. Tell me what they've won.
I keep saying this all the time. I say it's a team game. Don't bring me no individual stats.
It's Liechtenstein, that's why.
Bro, against painters and decorators, you know what I mean? Like fucking part-timers, bro.
What are we talking about, man? Carried us, he's carried you. Where would you be without him? Where are we with him?
Yeah.
Liechtenstein.
Do you know what he stinks? Do you know what he stinks of? When people say about Rashford all the time, and it's true of Rashford. He's comfortable. He knows he's playing week in, week out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what shit he churns out each week. He's playing every single week. And I've never seen a player. I've never seen a professional player want to get rid of the ball so quick. Like even McTominay keeps it longer than him. McTominay's fucking
Yeah, I know.
shit, which we all know.
As well.
Bro, yeah, on Saturday, yesterday, there was so many occasions where he's just lumping the ball in the hope it gets past the last man. I know he does it all the time, but yesterday, I think was one of the worst examples. In that first half was one of the worst examples I've ever seen of it. He just constantly wanted to get the ball and lump it forward in the hope. And this is probably what the tactic was. Play it over the top for Rashford to run onto because Rashford's got pace. Like, do you understand how clever Premier League defenders are? Like, this is why the main point about Anthony was being just left-footed, that they will study you to death and they will lock you up because they're fucking clever. And the managers are switched on where they know how to change things in game. Like, and Bruno is so easy to play against. They know what you're going to do. You need to do something different. The problem is with Bruno, he doesn't have anything different. He can't offer anything else other than trying to play Hollywood balls consistently. He's the epitome of a frustration player. And I hate that board game anyway, so we can fuck off.
You know,
oh, listen, smoke, man.
Yeah, like,
you know what's mad, yeah.
Stats. You can't hide behind stats. You can't hide behind stats forever, and that's what it is. And now his goals and assists have dried up. What are you offering? Because as good as you are at scoring goals and getting assists, that's not him. I'm saying players in general. What happens when you don't score? What happens when you don't get assists? What are you offering for the team? Because it is a team game, and he offers very little. How have we got Højlund there who got 7 and 6, and you're not a part of him getting 7 and 6? You're not also informed. Like, you see Haaland, he'll be informed. Who's also getting plaudits alongside Haaland? De Bruyne, Foden, Bernardo Silva, link-ups. Nothing from Bruno. What are we talking about?
Look at this, by the way. This is embarrassing, by the way, man. I see this on the flipping game. He has a good shot, yeah. What is this all about?
Oh,
I can't.
No, he does it like
get out the fucking club, you absolute
it's shameful, isn't it, as well?
Little prick. You are an embarrassing bastard. Professional footballer
look at
doing
this,
that.
Look at this
fucking dickhead. Honestly,
what's this all about, man? Big up to Lee Raid, by the way. Big up to the Raid from Lee Gunner. But what's that all about? That's embarrassing, man. The fuck's that all about? You know what I mean? But the most embarrassing thing was when he had a go at Garnacho. And you guys must have seen it. You seen it, right? The Garnacho bit, yeah. Broski. Garnacho couldn't get the ball out of his feet. He ended up passing a delayed pass to Bruno. But then Bruno petulantly says, you know what? F you. I'm kicking this ball out. And he kicks it out. And we then go on the defense. And I'm like, bro, what is going on, man? What are you doing? And I said it, you know, my tweet was yesterday, yeah? This is my tweet on Bruno Fernandes. And I'm not even taking anything back here because I mean everything what I say. This is what I said, right? Let me go flick down because we've had a long day of football today. But I've put on here, Bruno Fernandes, you will lie are a prick. Enemy of football. And that's what it is, you know. I'll be real with you. He's an enemy of progress. Because when you want to keep the ball, he gets bored, so he tries to throw it long. When you want to do something else, every single thing you want to do positively, he's against it. He don't want to keep the ball. And every single time, we're having to recover because of Bruno Fernandes' lack of intelligence and awareness. Just keep the damn ball. 17 times in the first half, he lost the ball. 17 out of the 40 odd, we lost it in the first half. He lost it 17 times.
Well, people will tell you he's world class. Fucking hell, man.
And again, this is another thing because people will say,
will pray for your crimes.
Well, people will say, oh, well, De Bruyne loses the ball more than him, or insert attacking player here will lose the ball more than him.
That's where you lose.
That's the point I was going to make. Say, yeah, of course, that's the point exactly I was going to make in regards to any attacking player in the history of the game has lost the football more than he's kept it. What are we talking about here? So that's just a nonsense. And that's how you know it's just foolishness with Bruno. And there's always these stupid arguments, just complete stupid, absolute nonsense. So what are we talking about here? It's like you mentioned there, how you lose it. Are you making the correct decision? If a cross is on and you try and attempt to cross, and guess what? The cross is over here. I'll be like, Fairs, that's the right decision. His decision-making is appalling. That's my major issue. And then no care. You know what I'm saying with the ball? Weight of pass. Something that's been lost in the game that people don't talk about enough. Bruno's one of them. As long as it gets there, it's a good pass. And the ball's getting to you. Kind of like a terrible delivery service. It doesn't matter if it's through your letterbox. Doesn't matter if you just leave it on your porch for someone to nick. Doesn't matter if it's on your roof. Doesn't matter if it's behind your bin. Doesn't matter if it's in your back garden. As long as it gets there, I've succeeded. No care. No weight of pass whatsoever. I rarely see this guy do this. 99.9%, the pass is just fired into the teammate, regardless. Sometimes you just need a little dink, a little chip over a little floated one over the opposition, a little dink, maybe 1, 2, 3 yards ahead of you. He's yeah, this nonsense
last week.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Miller. I think Miller put it on a thingy. He could have played it here. This is the last minute of the game, by the way. The last minute, he could have played it back to Amrabat if he wanted to. Kobe Mino's asking for the ball there. Dallo's asking for the ball there. Garnacho. You know what's mad, yeah? All of these guys know he's gonna give the ball away. Look how mad they're saying, pass me the ball. Yo, don't shoot. I'm here, I'm free. They know. But this brother wants to, bro, it's a grenade.
He's shot, man.
Man is hot potato football. And he wants to.
How do you shoot from there? How do you shoot from there?
And then it led to the Ross Barkley chance as well, and that could have been a goal. That, do you know what I mean?
Guess what? If that would have went in, he would have not have gotten the blame. Because when we play well,
Big Steve, man, allow us, man. We're having therapy over here. Yeah. We'll find out next week. Big Steve, allow us, innit?
Don't like to see Ash set me off asking me about him because it's like I don't avoid talking about him because it's just tired because it's just the same.
Why is Ten Hag not seeing it all flawless? Do you know what I mean? Why is he not coaching him better? Why is he not taking him out of the team? Why is he not bringing Eriksen in? Do you know what I mean?
You know, mercy.
Incompetent allowing incompetence. That's why. With someone who's incompetent,
because he's incompetent himself. Ten Hag's incompetent himself. That's he's either not seeing it or he's not. He doesn't believe he's got the power to take Bruno out, which that's madness. And I believe the only thing it can be is incompetence from Ten Hag's point of view. We're all seeing it. We're all seeing it's not good enough. We're all seeing these performances. He needs to be replaced. He needs to be changed. Yeah, he's still in the team.
Big up to Paul Tembo. He says we need to bring back Scholes and Keith to coach his midfielders and Rude to sharpen up the strikers. Zamias is saying that Rashford needs to watch Newcastle and Arsenal game. Cool. FTV says please cook your favourite player to Casemiro. Not the only ones you hate. Casemiro's been terrible as well. Not seeing you men say anything because you like him. We'll get on to him. Don't worry. I don't have. Listen, I can cook anyone. Listen, don't worry about that, man. I built Rashford FC and I said Bruno was better than KDB. I apologize. I was wrong saying. I'm flawless. You're right. Not good enough. Simple. Fair play. Accountability is the best ability. But let's go back on this one. Casemiro. I'll say what I say about Casemiro. Casemiro. Sometimes, for me, that back heel is a disgrace. I said it in the ground as well. Like that back heel, what you tried to do there, criminal. Could have cost us a goal. It is criminal. You know what I'm trying to say? So I will call out players. Do I think he's the worst player on the football pitch? Probably not. Do I think he has flaws? Yes. But ultimately, the manager has to get the best out of these players. He's bought these players. I'm not there to find out what works and what doesn't work.
Just to clarify, the reason why I don't and I do criticize Casemiro when I believe he doesn't play well. The reason why is because of how important he is to the team. Earlier on in the season when he was playing, he was awful. He was awful, and all the criticism he received was thoroughly deserved. All you have to do is go back on Saeed's channel on this very show, and we're all here talking about it. But since he's come back from injury, you see the difference. And even though we was bad against Fulham, when he was removed, hopefully he's all right because it was a concussion protocol. Look how much worse we got. He's got this thing, Casemiro has with me, and I got this credit in the bank because to me, he was very good last season. And then since he's come back from injury, he's also been good. And he is in the worst possible predicament. Yes, he makes errors. Yes, he makes mistakes. But he's not the first one I'm getting onto when I believe he doesn't fall below a certain level 90% of the time. And when he does, I'll criticize him for it. But you out there by your Bruno in front of you, this manager, all right, bet.
I think his passing options as well. When you look at it, his fullbacks. He's got Maino. Maino gets covered most of the game. Do you know what I mean? So he's not got that passing option there. The fullbacks aren't offering him any options. The wide players aren't trying to get themselves space. How many times do you see a wide player like almost duke and kind of move a defender out the way? They're almost hiding behind other players, just not wanting the ball, or they want it lofted over the top and to running behind. They're not trying to create space and kind of call for the ball early. So Casemiro, as much as he's is performing poorly in moments and in spells, I feel like a lot of it's down to the system and the players around him, because he's having to do a lot of it by himself. Being deep there with Maino pushing a little bit further up and again being covered. So it's one of those where it's not Casemiro, like you're saying there, flawless. Without him in the team, we look like a different unit. Like we look. I mean, we don't look great with him in the team, but we look even worse without him in the team.
In there. Okay, put Eriksen in there. The guy looks like he's fucking 50 years old, man.
Because Eriksen,
yesterday he looked like a Make-A-Wish competition winner. I'm not even joking.
He got a pacemaker. He's Iron Man. You Tony Stark. He got a pacemaker in his chest, and we're playing him in a double pivot. Play him in the 10. Ridiculous. Basics. He couldn't run before
somebody
that.
Goals. Don't forget that. Goals.
He has a pace. He has a
Listen, if McTominay was goals, why didn't we play him? Sorry, if McTominay was goals, why didn't we play him up top? Do you know what I mean? Instead, keep the system, just whack him up top.
That's what Trapp said. That's what Trapp said. That's exactly what Trapp said, you know. He said if you wanted goals, why don't you just play him up front? And he's got a point. Because at the end of the day, the only use he's got is going forward. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's the only use he's really, really got. So, like, I just look at going back to the midfield options. There's no balance either way. Like, people are saying to me, oh, Mason Mount comes back, the season starts. I'm like, fuck me, man. What's Mason Mount? What balance is Mason Mount going to get into that team? Because Bruno ain't going to get dropped. So I already know Bruno's not getting dropped here. So what balance are you giving me with Mason Mount in there? So you got Kobe Mino on the lone 6.
No.
Mason Mount.
Mino close. No. Be Casemiro. And then we'll blame Casemiro for playing as a lone 6.
Like, can we just point out as well, this manager let go in midfield options. He let go of Fred, Pereira, Garner as midfield options. Who else we got? Do you know what I mean? So this is on the manager again.
Yeah.
I
don't think the Ghana one was.
FTV.
The Ghana was club.
Yeah. Agenda, see all the excuse for Casemiro. Not only Ten Hag has favourite, get him gone in the summer. Both him and Bruno, we need a mobile 6. If that's what you want to do, let's go with it. Listen, I have got for me, if you want to get rid of the whole squad, I swear to you, get rid of the whole squad. You're not going to come on here, FTV, and tell me that I'm not going to be accepting of that. I'll get rid of the whole squad. But the problem is with the fan base, yeah? 1 minute they love Rashford, 1 minute he's washed. I've kept it consistent. From day one. I said most of these players need to go. But everybody's got their favourites and fanboys. Rashford fanboy. You've got Bruno stans. You've got people that... Bro, I'm not... Honestly, if you want to get rid of everyone, get rid of everyone. But everyone keep the same energy every single week. If we can all do that, it'll make everyone's life great.
And just to clarify, it wasn't no excuses. I give reasoning why. Because I believe he's performed he's performed to a good standard for a significant amount of time. Where if he falls below that, I go, all right, cool. Because I will do that with players. There is such thing as credit in the bank. That's all it is. Ain't no excuse. And just to back up what Saeed said as well, if we were to get rid of him, cool. Let me clarify this for everybody. I am not fighting to keep any player at this football club. I'm not fighting. Scratch that. I'm not fighting to keep anybody at the football club who is employed. I'm saying from the ownership all the way down to the tea lady and the receptionist. Get rid of everybody.
Yep, I agree. And this is the thing, right? So, yes, Casemiro's not been as good as last season, and it's all talk about decline. It's all talk. His legs are going. Sometimes players just don't. Unless he's been consistent for 10 to 12 years, being one of the best midfielders in the world. Like. I'm not making excuses for him. Yes, he's playing bad. Yes, it needs calling out. But as much as people say about Rashford and other players, he's a consequence of his environment. He's playing around shit with, and the reason why he's doing these stupid back heels and he's fucking pressing the furthest man up the pitch because it's lack of discipline throughout the whole fucking squad, and that comes from the fucking manager. But I tell you what. And I'm the same with you, Saeed. I'll get rid of every single fucking player we have and start from scratch. Bring up the whole under 23s and go from there. If we get relegated, fucking so be it. But I tell you what, I'd rather keep Varane and fucking Casemiro over Maguire and McTominay because those two, the Varane and Casemiro, have been here a lot less than the other two have fucking failed under 3 managers or 4 managers, even 5 to some of them. So let's keep it 100. Yeah, I'd rather keep seasoned professionals who are fucking multiple winners of Champions League and leagues to help bring in a new crop of players than keep 2 fucking losers on stupid money who can't do fuck all. And are playing for Manchester United because one's a fucking youth academy product and one was fucking, we got rinsed off Leicester because he had a good World Cup. And the only reason they won't leave is because they know they'll never get to another club of this stature again. So if you're asking me who I'd rather keep, fucking damn right it's going to be Varane and Casemiro, because I know they're going to help other players coming through. Like fucking, you see what Casemiro said about Mainu. He's the person you want bringing Mainu through, not fucking McTominay, who can only come on, play a 10 and score a couple of goals and do fuck all else on the pitch. So give me these players to bring through the other fucking losers we've had for years on years. It's stupid how you have to fucking explain to people why you want to keep certain players that are fucking winners.
Certain quality. And the
and
thing
again,
is,
it's managing their minutes.
Quality. That's the crazy part, because Varane's been quality. Like, that's got all quiet. And just to
100%.
clarify to this super chat, because he says credit in the bank for 1 season. He's only been here 1 season. What are we talking about? Credit in the bank for the
last 7 seasons. Do you know what I mean? Like what he's saying is a monster.
Outside of that, he's had 1 season here and he played well. So therefore, you get credit in the bank for that season. What are we talking about here? Same way Ten Hag had credit in the bank because we had a good season last season. He just ran through the credit. Credit ran out. That's all it is. But all right, cool. I'm not talking about mobile sixes. One of the most mobile sixes we see failing week in, week out, called Caicedo. He's arguably the most mobile 6, but guess what? Because they don't have a system in place, that mobility. What's that? What use is that to Caicedo? Is Caicedo all of a sudden a terrible player? Or is he not living up to his standard? Is he not up to his standard, 1, because of him, and 2, because of the environment he's in, and 3, because of the system? These things matter more importantly in 2024. So yes, just to clarify, yes, credit in the bank for 1 season. Unlike Bruno, who's been here for what, 4 or 5 years. All right.
You know what's mad, yeah? Big up to this tweet here. And guys, we need 1,000 likes before we end the stream. So guys, keep liking the video, people. Adam Crafton says here, another 17 shots against Man United for Fulham today, to go with 22 for Luton, 23 for Villa, 22 for West Ham, 16 for Wolves, 17 for Newport, 16 for Tottenham. Simple stats that tell you the coach is not setting the team up well enough.
He's being too negative, that guy. Do you know what I mean? Don't show that.
Yeah, he's negative.
He's
man.
too
You're a disgrace, mate.
In the
You're a
stat
disgrace.
of all the
You're a
shots
disgrace,
we've
Adam.
faced, in the stat of all the shots we've faced in the league game so far, it's conceding a shot every 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
but David Gea needed to go, apparently. But David Gea was a problem. And I'm not saying David Gea should come back, but I also said to people, yeah, don't let David Gea, letting go David Gea fool you into thinking that the system still needs to be better. Is it? Am I gone? Am I back?
Yeah, I thought that was me. I thought it was me.
Okay. But like, you know what I mean? Don't let it fool you to thinking like, yo, like all the problems gonna go away. Like there's still problems there, with or without David Gea. And the fact that we're getting, and listen, Man City are licking their lips, man, thinking 20. How many shots did you say? 20 shots a game? 20 shots a game?
They'll double that. They'll double that.
They'll double that. I'm fearing for my life, bro. Not
scoring half for them
on Wednesday, bro. You know what the maddest stat was? Yeah, Man City have had, I think, was it 100 and something shots throughout the whole season, and United have had 100 shots in the last 5 games. There's 197 throughout the whole season. Man City have faced shots throughout the whole season, right? Man United have faced 100 in the last 5 games. That's average of 20 per game. But then again, don't be negative, innit? Don't be negative. You know what I'm saying?
Is it being negative or just responding to what it is?
Trust the process, guys.
Run up the super play.
Yeah, man. Because at the end of the day, yeah.
My point is
criticize. Yeah, go. No, you go for it.
My point is criticize players that play bad. It's actually crazy when I see everyone talk about Bruno as if he's the only one on the pitch. We've criticized players who play bad. Yes. What for ACGI? Word to my guy Eddie. Anybody can get it. Remove everybody. What's a more damning indictment of saying that everybody's playing bad when Double A, Ash, Saeed, and myself are all saying we'd get rid of everybody. We'd fight to keep nobody. What is a bigger criticism?
Maino, though.
Maino, of course. Yeah. There's exceptions to rules. Yeah. Maino, of course. But the point that I'm making is, did I not say Casemiro was awful at the start of the season? He was dreadful. Did them words not leave my mouth? So what is it? Like, what are we talking about here? We're talking about Bruno. You know why? Because you're Manchester United captain, so you're under the spotlight. That's how it goes.
More than anyone else.
more
you know
than
why?
anybody else.
You wouldn't know he was captain, though, would you?
If he's Roy Keane, he'd stand up and he'd be counted for, and he'd take the criticism like any other captain.
Crazy. For those that don't know, when we have been in successful years, and Manchester United have been had unsuccessful years, players have been criticised, like Roy Keane as the captain. If you are Manchester United captain,
everyone.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. When you the king, guess what? When the kingdom goes to shit, everyone's looking at you.
Coming for you.
That's how it works.
And
you can't just take all the plaudits. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I playing well. And
the kingdom has gone to shit.
Yeah,
so
kingdom's gone to shit. So I'm looking at the king. Hey, what happened here? Why is the castle crumbling? Yeah. What are we talking about?
We need to tell everyone about my brother as well. Did you see it in the group chat last night?
Oh yeah.
So people that don't know, my brother
tell a story. Yeah, tell a story.
My brother cuts a lot of footballers' hair, mainly Everton players, and he cut Iwobi's when he was obviously at Everton. Big friends with Iwobi now. Obviously, Iwobi's gone to the team hotel, cut his hair the night before, and I think my brother said to him like, "Yo, have you ever scored at Old Trafford?" Iwobi was like, "Nah," and he said, "Yo, this trim's gonna get you a goal." Fucking lo and behold,
got him a goal.
Got him a goal. So I text my brother saying, "Yo, your boy took the piss," and he's only gonna send it to Iwobi. And the Iwobi's giving it. Oh, tell him I'm sorry, but I had to do what I had to do. It's like, nah, bro. Do you know what?
Yes.
You fucking deserve it. You fucking deserve it.
Listen, how do we get him as a club hairdresser? How do we get that? Do you know what I mean? We need him. Get him on Rashford. Get him on.
You know why?
Oh man.
Do you know who we need? Because he does Anana's Amadou Onana. So if United sign Onana, he's in there. Do you know what I mean? So
you know what?
Onana.
Yeah. You know what? Going back to Rashford, man. Like, you know what it is with me, with Rashford, because we're gonna play him now. Is it left wing up front? I don't know what we're gonna do with him now because he ain't gonna start Ahmad up front because he clearly can see he wants Rashford up front, But broski, I can't lie to you, man. This Rashford guy again. You know, I mean, 1 minute he's back, 1 minute on Twitter, I'm hearing, he's the next big thing, and he's slowly turning it around. I've maintained my consistency about Rashford. He's not bothered. He's playing when he wants to, and he's comfortable now. He's so comfortable. He's on 300 odd bags a week. He went down the tunnel yesterday. Didn't celebrate to the fans. He didn't clap to the fans. He went straight down to the tunnel.
Did that against West Ham? Did that against West Ham when we won 3-0, bro? He was the first down the tunnel. Didn't even fucking applaud the fans. He's been doing it.
There you go.
He's been doing it. The guy's a fucking disgrace. And like, the people come for you because you don't buy into this whole fucking Rashford is red. Man born and bred. Fuck off with it because that only gets you so far. If you're not bringing it on the pitch and you don't look like you give a fuck, if you're going out fucking 2 nights before you do back in training, 2 nights in a row, giving it all this bullshit about you're ill and all that, you can fuck right off. And I don't give a shit anyway. But listen, the guy's a fraud, and he's living off being a Mancunian and having a Mancunian accent. Like, there's nothing you can tell me about this season that makes me think he gives a shit about playing for Manchester United. His body language, his output, his activity off the pitch. Those 3 factors are enough to make me know you've gone and got your contract and you're living on fucking easy street. You've got this club by the balls. You can go and do what the fuck you want. And then as soon as you get caught out, you just have to give the manager a bit of I'm sorry, guys. Sorry. And then you're back in the team straight away. Go and score 1 goal and people are tweeting you, giving it, I told you, lads, look at him. He's back. He's back.
He's back.
And then he goes and jumps on some fucking... goes and gives Trey fucking tickets to jump on the PR train to get him back in favour with the United fans. We're not fucking blind. We're not stupid. You can't fucking fool me. I watch it at Old Trafford for 90 minutes. I watch you duck out easy challenges, 50-50.
Oh, mate. When he did that,
my God. I watch you run into 5 defenders every single time you get the fucking ball. I watch you not even give a shit every single time. I watch you run off the pitch without even applauding the fans. For me, you can fuck right off. And the sooner, I said it on a certain channel, the sooner we get rid of Marcus Rashford, the sooner Manchester United will be a better place because he's a fucking fraud, living off a name, living off the number 10 shirt, living off being a youth product, and it needs to stop because he's not good enough and he needs to just fucking leave and go.
He turns up when he wants to. That's the issue, man. You don't turn up when you want to. Like, Man City players are there every week, turning up regardless if they... And some of these City players don't know if they're playing every week, but they still turn up every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that, that for me, the way he ducked out that tackle, I don't know who it was. Was it, I don't know if it was a defender or not, but he ducked out of a tackle, man. and their fan base were, oh my, they couldn't believe it, bro. And the way he was just giving the ball away, you know what I mean? Like, his dribbling was awful, the running behind, like, he's just, as a whole, yeah, terrible, terrible, man. And
Disgrace. He's a
like I
disgrace.
said, man, is a confidence player. One season he'll play well, next season he won't play well. And I'm like, come on, man, we can't keep doing this.
He's
Can't
not
keep
confident.
doing
He's not
this.
a confidence player. He's just an inconsistent player. Side. He's not consistent. He can't keep up the level to be classed as a world class player, or even for me, a top level player. He's just another Lingard, little purple patch here and there. Get people believing in him again. I said it at the start of the season. I did a video on my channel. He's the player. Sancho was number one. He needed to be consistent. He needed to do what he did last season. This season, we've seen it nothing at all. He's gone back to 21, 22. This is who he is. The purple patch is him exceeding his level. This is his level. This is his level. He's shit.
Yeah. Someone sent me this video. Big up to Knowledge, he sent me this video. Let me play this video.
This delusion, drop Rashford. Yes, some of the players should be sold, but it's the lack of effort. That's the reason why we're conceding like this. You are an idiot beyond help. How do you expect this press to win games? Where the wide players are so aggressive, the front two have to press so high. A disorganized man-to-man approach that doesn't stop anything in the middle of the pitch, and in fact leaves a cavity for the defenders to deal with. In possession two, completely fucking clueless. You have an approach where Bruno is being told to play Hollywood balls every single game. Our defensive midfielder in Casemiro has the license to go to the front three every chance he gets. And our most capable midfielder, Manu, doesn't have the license to do this shit. How do you expect that to win? Shots conceded against teams this season: 17 for Fulham, 22 for Luton, 23 for Villa, 22 for West Ham, 16 for Wolves, 17 for Newport, a League Two side. If you're saying this is a player absence issue, an injury issue, we had the exact same problems when Lisandro Martinez were here. We had the exact same problems when we fielded our best 11. Defensively, our midfield is tasked to cover more space than any team in the Prem. In possession, it's pinball, disgusting, direct football with no intent to control any match. Just hyper transitional for no reason at all. I genuinely hate to turn this into an ethos argument, but no one sensible, no analyst, no coach, no one with a tactical understanding of the game is parroting and saying this isn't Ten Hag's fault. United is simply not set up in a way to succeed, and I'm tired of dumbass fans trying to hide from that.
Facts. I don't know who this guy is, man. Is it Zip Poms? Yo, listen, facts, man. You get me?
Indeed.
Zip Poms, is it? Shout out to you, man. You get me? Like this, but you know what it is, yeah? It's when Lisandro Martinez comes back, but someone put a stat out there that Lisandro Martinez was part when we lost in a. Remember when Ten Hag tried to play that diamond formation when Lisandro Martinez was here, and we got outdone and we got beat 3-1.
See, I forget about them. I forget about them things. Right. But someone put the stat up. No, is it not 10 games he's played and we've won 5, lost 4, and drew 1?
Drew 1, yeah, yeah.
So maybe that's about yesterday. People trying to come for me yesterday because I was saying about people like, oh yeah, but look at who he's got to play.
I will do.
Do you know 8 of that 11 are what we will consider our strongest 11 yesterday? We were only missing Højlund, Shaw, and Martinez. The rest you would say is our first 11. Bruno,
that's why we're missing Shaw, because of his mismanagement.
Rashford, Garnacho, Lindelof, Varane, and Onana. That's 8 of our apparently strongest 11.
Yeah, you know what?
You can't talk to me about he don't. That team should know what he wants to do and how to set up.
Hey, Double A, I didn't look at it like that. That's a very, very valid point.
It's bullshit.
That's as close to close to our strongest team.
Apparently, when we played them all the other week against West Ham or against whoever the fuck it was our strongest 11. That's what was going around. So we've only lost 3 of them. So you can't tell me them 3 are going to change everything.
Transform it, Luke Shaw, man. He's going to transform us on that left-hand side.
We lost 7-0 with Lisandro, exactly. Big up to Paul. We lost 7-0 with Lisandro, mate. It's not one player. It's the system, the design to hide the flaws. You know what I mean, bro? The system is there to make sure we don't, be losing these amount of games. And I'm not under. For me, it's the goals we conceded. We scored. I think, how many goals have we scored this season? 36, is it?
36 in the league.
And we've conceded 36.
Yep.
Bro, how is that possible? How is that possible? Like, I'm not saying that it's that down to one player. It's not. It's down to the fact that this is happening week in, week out. We had our strongest team against that team. We still conceded goals. We had a stronger team. We still conceded goals. So we're still conceding goals regardless of one player's out or not. We still are conceding goals. Bro, whether it's one time the keeper, whether it's one time certain player doing this, it's always going to be something. And that dilemma is down to you. Because you brought one player in, or you didn't find the balance up front, or you didn't do this in the midfield, or your instructions had made sure that this guy's done that, or you put Lindelof at left back in a Manchester derby when you could have had Varane in centre back and put in regular left back. But so these are all down to your, what you want to do.
The thing is,
you can't just be blaming everyone else.
Well,
you can't.
It's a collective, and this is what people can't understand. It has to be one or the other. It has to be the manager. It has to be the players. What we're all talking about here, and the good thing about us, we get called negative, but I think what we've discussed within this show tonight is that it's a collective. It's as much as the players is the manager, as it is the board, as it is the people that have allowed this to continue to fester and ultimately kill any chance of us ever being successful. But right now, and we talk about new manager bounce or anything like that, and I was, I've kind of gone back against Ash, and I'm not the other week when he was saying, do you not think Emery will get a better tune out of these players? I changed my mind. I think you're right, Ash. I think they could. I think they could come in and get a little bit better because, and I've spoken in the past, and I do think the club have hindered managers in the past because they won't clear house and get rid of the coaches that are clearly still failing. You're allowed to bring in 4 or 5 people tops of your own people. The rest you have to work with people that have been here since Van Gaal, that have even been here since Moyes. So how are we ever meant to progress when you've got coaches who, just like some of the playing staff, are resting on the easy street? I work for Manchester United. Like I told you about that story about the goalkeeping coach who was firing balls into the top corner.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? Like,
wait, what do you mean? Wait, what happened? Wait, what?
Pretty much.
Not last season, or could have been the season before. So warming the keepers up. I'm sure it was De Gea or whoever.
Yeah,
warming the keepers up. But he's like an older man. I don't know if he's still there anymore. He's like, when he just drop half volley the ball so the keeper can catch. Oh, he was levering it top corner like he was playing fucking Wembley doubles.
I was gonna say, hey, get him on the pitch, man. If you put the top bins,
obviously, because where my seat is, it's like 8 rows from where they warm up. I'm like, what's the goal here? Like, the goal is you scoring goals, but what is the actual? What are you trying to do? Because you're not warming up the keeper. You're just trying to show the manager you should be on the pitch. It's mad until, and I hope Ineos. I look at apparently every sector of the club is under the microscope. The coaching setup at Manchester United needs updated, and it needs bringing in the best again with everything else, best in class, because clearly the training ground is not somewhere where United are prospering right now, and it needs looking at.
Well, we don't do training, man. What training? I don't know what training they do,
know what
man.
I mean? Tactics,
you know when before the game, they do the same training methods every single time, like same old boring. You know what? Get the ball out.
How slow is it?
Gallo crosses it in. Yeah, I know. You see how slow is it?
Slow, in it. No tempo,
slow,
nothing
man.
There.
I'm seeing Grandad. Listen, man, Steve McCarron, man. I'm sorry. Same old. Yeah, lad. Yes, get off me. You know what that was, where he basically tries to hold on to. Bro, I'm sick and tired. Steve McClaren is only there to do fuck all, bro. Like, I'm sorry, the coaches are even terrible. Van der Gaag, what are you coaching, mate? What's Van der Gaag there for? What does he do, by the way? Doesn't come off literally, he's the most dull and uninspiring group of staff I've ever seen. Steve McCarron barely gets off. The only person, that gets off his seat and attempts to do anything is Eric Ramsey, and he's getting off as well. Eric Ramsey is the only guy, I'm not even lying to you guys, Eric Ramsey is the only guy that I look at, I think, he's always getting off his seat thinking, he's trying to do something. I'm like, all right, fair play. And he's fucking off to America.
No, he just wants to leave.
And the rest of them are sat in the dugout, and Eric Ten Hag's like this.
Oh, just like Ollie. Ollie was the same. Ollie was the exact same. Like,
uninspiring guys, man.
Mad. And then you look at Marco
Silva. Can I just point something out? So the way I'm not sure if non-match going fans know this, but Eric Ten Hag doesn't take the pre-match training. Like you see Klopp take pre-match, you see Pep take pre-match, you see him there out and about on the field. You never see Ten Hag actually on there, so he has no idea what kind of tempo they're running, what they're doing. How kind of up for it the players are. They have he has no idea. Doesn't get involved. To me, that's suspect. That if you're a manager, you've got to be there on your pre-match training. And have you noticed as well? He always comes out after everyone's walked. When everyone's just walked out, they play the music. Everyone's walked out, and then he waits about a solid minute or two to walk out by himself.
Get his own applause. Get his own
to get his own applause. Weird shit, man.
Yeah,
it's weird little things, man. Listen.
What does he do good? What does he do good? Because you look at his substitution, he's not got the substitutions nailed on. He has no idea what he's doing. His man management's poor. You'd never see any kind of joy from any player when they're speaking to Ten Hag. Do you know what I mean? His talent acquisition and his talent recognition is just non-existent. The fact that Ahmad's not playing and Amari Forson is, it's clear to see which is the best player between those two. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be a football fan to understand how much better Amad Diallo is than Amari Forson. I just can't. We're asked to be positive. There's nothing from Ten Hag that shows me any kind of positive notions going forward with him that he's going to get anything better out of any better players. And as we've discussed, as Forrest and Double A and Said said, we've had good teams. We've had good teams play. We've had his best 11. We've had 8 players out of the 11 on there in the squad, and we're still not playing good. We're still playing poorly.
Yeah, for real, man.
And do you know what I saw yesterday that I thought was a fucking cheek? Because I think it was in the second half, and the Stretford and fair play to him were fucking loud during that.
Yeah, loud, yeah.
That second half. Garnacho had the cheek to try to tell the crowd, come on, get behind us, you cheeky bastard! Like, fucking do something. Try and do something first.
No.
Like, it's one of them. Like, I remember Lukaku doing it once, and he got pelters for it. It's like, this, bro, we're here week in, week out. We're doing our job. You fucking do yours. Someone just said, "What's it like within the in the stadium with the fans?" Do you know what? It's acceptance. I think a lot of fans there are accepting that we're fucking shit, and that to me, like, it wasn't as bad as what game was it where it was just abject. But yeah, and it was just like, I think even the West Ham game wasn't great, was it, for atmosphere? I remember it.
No, it wasn't, man. We got the goals came in the second half and whatnot, but it weren't great. Like, let's be honest, man. Like,
do you know what was the loudest? It's not great, man. The loudest section on yesterday was the sliver of the singing section next to the away fans.
Yeah, I know.
You hear them through the game, and when West Ham scored, and we give it them back. But even the TRA was quiet. I thought. Most of the game.
It's not inspiring though, isn't it? The thing is though, you need to be inspired by the football you play. You know, this is what I always say. Like, you can only go off what the football team give you. If they're playing fast football, fluid football, you know what I mean? Everyone's getting off the seat. You barely get off your seat now because you're thinking, not really, it's not happening. The only person I thought in the first half was trying something was Garnacho. Then the second half, it was so poor. Dallo had a poor second half. There was too many touches. But you know what's mad about it all, yeah? Maguire's telling Varane to relax. I'm like, bro, we need to get the ball forward. Bro. Like, Maguire, why are you telling Varane to not get the ball forward? He's telling everyone, don't worry about the crowd. We'll win the game and the crowd will be happy. No, get the ball forward and let's play proactive football.
Also, how many times in that second half yesterday was he running past the halfway line, turning back and giving it to Maguire? I couldn't watch that anymore. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, mate, terrorist football.
Yeah. And like I said, he's got the FA Cup now against Forest. I don't even know, man. I can't lie to you. I don't know what's going to happen in that game, but I doubt we win. I'll be honest with you. Then that's it. The season's over, really. Let's be honest. If we lose that on Wednesday, season's over. Because we're not getting top 4. I'm giving up on top 4.
Even if we win it, if we meet City, we're done. Because we can't beat City. So, like people were saying, the only reason we won that cup last season is because we didn't meet City. We'd have met City on the run to that final. We
took full advantage of home draw. Shame we couldn't do it this season because we went out to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup.
7 fullbacks.
Yeah, it was 6. Yeah, was it no centre back? Was it 6 defenders on the pitch or something like that? Something crazy like that.
Mad.
C team, boy. We got to be positive though. We're not gonna lie to you, lot.
Yeah. Can't be negative.
We're not going. Yeah, definitely. Like, for us 4 here, we're not gonna sugarcoat anything. If it's bad, we're gonna tell you. Especially these 3 outside of me, because they're there week in, week out. So I get why. Because if I went week in, week out, I'd be much more irritable. I'm irritated watching it. So imagine being there.
Imagine paying for it. I want a refund and I didn't even pay for it. I watched it for free. That's how bad it is. It's embarrassing. It was not even embarrassing. Shameful.
I felt ashamed of that performance. It's past humiliation. It's past disappointment.
Can I answer that, Saeed?
Yeah, go for it.
He's not a disgrace, you know. He's being asked to do something he can't do, right? So you're putting blame on a player who's playing left back. Why is Delort? If you're going to play him at right back and put Delort at left back, but he won't do that now because Delort apparently is so important that he's inverted when he can't do it for me. I'm sorry, he can't do it to a top level anyway. Lindelof is a victim of what the manager's putting him through. Yes, he's not good enough. Yes, he should go, but at the same time, he shouldn't be playing left back. But you know, we sent one back. We sent a kid on loan to potentially get sold. The other two are injured all the time. What the fuck is Lindelof being asked to help the team? So for me, he gets ratings for that because he's willing to do it. Whereas Rashford will come out in an interview and say, "I don't like playing number 9. Don't like playing striker." Well, yeah, that's absolutely fucking fine. When a defender's putting his body on the line, putting his neck on the line to help the team, then you know he gets all the pelters. Fuck off, man. Not one rule for one rule for another. I'm sorry.
Nah, man.
And he's not even good at.
He's not good at the job, but
again, and he's not a good. And he's not even good at the position he's supposed to be playing. So what was going to happen when we play him left back? He's a limited centre back at best. That's me being kind. So then you're taking him out of the position he's normalized in and playing him left back. It's like you can't even do your own job, and you're giving man extra. All right, you sort out your work in your department, and you said, "Oh, go and help out such and such in another department." You can't even do that. It's Lindelof. What we expecting? I can't go as far to call him a disgrace. He's just like Double A said, not good enough. Like the vast majority of these players. And then when you have a bunch of players who are not good enough in terms of quality, you look to the manager to set them up in a way that helps. We watch Ange at Spurs with the front three of Johnson, Werner, and Richarlison. That is awful on paper. But guess what? He gets a tune out of it because he has a system in place. Basics.
Yep.
The keys in the title, manage. You're the manager. Manage, please. But we should be positive.
Yeah. How long will it give Ineos time to turn around? Listen, we're all kind of like fully kind of behind what they want to do because at the end of the day, it's for the betterment of the football club. So we got to. I think for me, it'll be summer in it. Summer. You know what I mean? We'll see where it goes.
Can I say I'm still skeptical? I still don't think they're doing the same right thing. But again, I've said it before. Everything they are doing are tap-ins. It's easy wins because it's what's needed to be done. So people get excited about stuff that should have been done 10 years ago. It should.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This is where you have to. This is where you have to hold accountable. Maybe Gill and Fergie, because why was this not put into place before they left? Like, it's all right saying, "Oh yeah, well we're leaving and retiring or whatever," but it's like you knew Ed Woodward. You knew who he was because he'd been at the club before that. You knew you were leaving the club on the precipice of the game changing and not really giving a shit about how it was going to go forward. Because as far as it looks, your legacy is determined. What goes on after that is not your problem. And that to me shows a lack of care and a lack of understanding and a lack of just well-being of what Manchester United is. And we've seen for the last 10 years, you know, the club's almost dead. The club's on its ass, isn't it? We all know that. So I'm skeptical of Ineos. To me, he's still a Glazer sympathizer. I'm never going to change how I feel about And did he come out in that interview saying something about the Glazers could have sold it, but they thought it was better for me to be here with them. That is the biggest load of bollocks I have ever heard. It was better for the Glazers to go because you are here. We are still £1 billion in debt, my friend. That is not going anywhere. Money is not just going to turn up. You can't even afford to buy the fucking club anyway. So you talk about, and I see the Athletic putting out local owner. He doesn't own the fucking club. He's an investor. He owns a part of it. He's not an owner. He's not an owner of the club. So you can't say local owner. The Glazers own the fucking club and they live in America. He's not. I don't think he's to be trusted. He looks like a slimy prick as well, to be honest with you. But maybe I'm going too far now. I don't trust him. I don't trust him. And I think he's got a lot to do to win me over. Getting people who should be at the club anyway. It's tap-ins, empty net. Start doing the hard business. Start making the tough decisions. Then I can start to rate you properly. But at the moment, it's you're on -4, and we'll see where you go from there.
I said you're on -4. I'm with double A. Like, I'm very skeptical of them. Very, very skeptical. Anyone if you want what's best for Manchester United, what's best, the one thing all Manchester United fans agree on everywhere is Glazers are terrible for this club. All the things we disagree on. So why would you be willing to then do a deal with them? If you personally want what's best. Anyone who's willing to work with them, I look at footy. They're the ops, and you're willing to do business and do deals with the ops. I'm looking at you funny. Now, I could be wrong. And what they're saying is great. The Omar Barada appointment took me by surprise. Not only it was him and some of the quality of what he does in his role, also the swiftness in the deal that was done. But I am supremely skeptical. And personally, I don't think anything's going to change. That's just me, though. But we'll see.
I think we'll understand in a couple more years how much he's going to invest into buying the club over the next couple of years. How willing he is to grab up the rest of the shares. There's been talk this week about him in trying to buy Brian and Darcy Glazer's shares and then slowly do a hostile takeover of Joel and Avram's shares. So if that can be done in the next 2-3 years, then I can understand he's thinking of just getting in slowly. Because I don't think the Glazers ever were looking to sell the club. There was a 250 million loan payment that they needed to pay, and they just needed a bit of investment. So it was one of those where they're looking at the next couple of years with the reformatting of the Champions League and all the extra money coming in there, looking at the World Cup and the amount of potential revenue, the Club World Cup and the potential revenue coming in there. So I don't think they ever really wanted to do a full sale. So it was just a matter of Jim getting in now so that he can slowly, within the 2-3 years, get a takeover. Now, in regard to Summer and what he's going to do, I think that's going to be an indication as to what's happening. You know,
I just want them to be serious, man. My thing is just be serious.
It can't get any worse, isn't it, Syed?
I just wanted to fix the. How about you fix the roof, please? That's what I want them to do.
Give it a spray paint. Have you seen it? It's all algae rigged and moldy and minging.
And you man will know this because you're match players. Someone said the clock's not working. Is that right?
Bro, see, I don't know. Maybe it's right. Look,
I'm asking out because you better match go with. Someone said the clock.
You know what's not right. The sub and start. You know, I mean, that's slow as well.
You know what? What is disgraceful?
The VAR.
You've got a billionaire asking for public money to build a stadium. Just let that sink in, yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't pay any taxes as well,
bro. You've got someone who apparently his company turns over billions a year. Can't afford to buy a club. I was put in 1.5 billion, then said he'll put in an extra 300 million. He's now asking for public money to build the stadium for the club he's just invested in. So let that sink in, yeah. And he's like, we need a Wembley of the North. Right. The reason why we can't afford a Wembley of the North or don't have one and can no longer be considered for tournaments within the country when we've got the highest attendance stadium club football in the country is because the people he's got into bed with have drained the club fucking dry. Like, and this is why. Yes, he has asked for public funds though. He's asked the government, and the mayor's backed him and said we'll help him. He has asked for public money. Don't talk shit. He is a slimy bastard. He can't afford fuck all, and this is why I don't think anything's going to change at all.
Yeah. Listen, man. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Make sure you get us to 1,000 likes, man. Get us to 1,000.
The Greenwood
1.6K. Yeah.
What was the Greenwood stuff, Syed? You were saying at the start of the show?
Yeah, they're saying basically that Greenwood is going to get sold. That's the internal conversation. Is that so basically, let me just read this out right now. It says here that what I can tell you is that the feeling that internally at Man United is that they will cash in on Mason Greenwood. And that's what Fabrizio Romano said on his YouTube channel. So that's what it internally is saying. Whether we get a lot of money for him, I don't know. Personally, I think you get at least 60 to 80 million out of him, personally for me, with 2 years left on his contract. But yeah, I don't know what would be acceptable sum for you, man, to say, right, he can be sold for this amount of money.
40 mil.
Honestly, 30.
Anything just game gone 30. At this point.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
Not fussed to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I still think they'll look at every single thing in detail. obviously Fabrizio Romano probably has insiders in it, but I still think Ineos will look at everything in greater detail and then make a decision. I don't think they've made a decision right now. I don't think anybody's been decided yet. He's still not come back from Getafe. He'll probably have a meeting with Ineos. He'll probably have a meeting with Omar Berrada and Jim Ratcliffe, and then figure it out whether it's right for him to come or they think it's right for him to come as well. So we won't hear the end of it, man. We won't hear the end of it. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on that one. You know what I'm saying? Also, Ross Barkley.
Team is still singing he's one of our own, yeah? If he comes back, it's not going to relent.
That's why I said the negatives outweigh the positives. I've always said that. The negatives always will outweigh the positives. I've always said that from day one. And then you've got this story here, Ross Barkley. Apparently United are linked with Ross Barkley.
Slow news day,
Ross
man.
Barkley.
Slow news day.
You can tell we don't need anyone.
When I heard that,
Talk Sport, yeah? Yeah, slow news day, man.
Yo,
yeah.
Man, I say Ross Barkley. I was like, yo, listen, I take Ross Barkley over, bro. Come on, man. Because we're shit, yeah, you're linking us with Ross Barkley, you know. You man are funny. You man are funny, man. Man like Ross Barkley. Let him shine. You know what it is here? I don't want to destroy more talents, man. Let Ross Barkley shine at Luton, man. Let him relax at Luton. You know, we're a talent destroyer. We destroy talent. Our football club, we can't have a talent and actually embrace it. Amad Diallo, Casemiro, you know, even Hoyland to a certain extent, like the way he's
Leastry are mad. You know,
Amad, come on, there's too many players that we just kill talent. Anthony was meant to be the guy. Mason Mounts, I don't know, he's skiving. Bro,
he was never the guy.
Gone wrong.
He was never the guy.
Someone just said he ruins Ronaldo's talent.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, like Mount was never the guy. You had Chelsea fans putting him in United kits over the summer. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
That's how bad he was.
Offering
that Chelsea fans were putting him like and multiple photo edits, phenomenal edits by the way, but multiple in the number 7 shirt with no number on the back, all that type of that still pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie, that side. I'm still annoyed.
When a big club are happy to get rid of a player, the fans are buzzing that a player's going. Alarm bells. Fucking
singing chants about him. He's singing chants about him. Where he's gonna come back and change it all, man. Take us to that plus goal difference.
Yeah, right.
Be positive.
And he got the number 7.
The number 7 shirt.
Mate.
Number 7, that's everything that's wrong with the football club.
My guy Rhino, we are dinnered. We are cooked.
We are
absolutely dinnered. That's it. Dinnered.
Would never understand that Mount signing.
Nah, people backed it. Don't even give me that. There was multiple people. People backed that.
Tweet,
like,
Mount, number 7.
Backed it. Foolishness.
Let me check what I put. What did I say? 7. Let me go check my tweet here, because there's a lot of people that were negative that day, yeah. And I was like, yo, like, broski, it's crazy. But I also did say, like, yo, like, you know, the relevance of the situation is like it means nothing now, innit? You get me?
So they thought it was going to be the best bit of PR going. Like, yo, it's got Mason Mount. They must have thought Mason Mount was loved throughout the whole Premier League.
Yeah,
never liked him. Never liked him.
But I said, you got to earn that number 7 shirt. Man United losing the sentiment out of it. It's an iconic number. Obviously, Batista's trolling me.
No, 100%.
Stop crying, bro. That's a top tweet.
But we could be Chelsea, man, because they are. Shout out to Lewis here. I was watching the start of his stream before we went live on there. Yeah, he was he was not happy, man. He was not happy.
But like I said, man, it's one of them where everyone was happy with the Mason Mount side, isn't it? So
hey, the vast majority, and I was in the minority. Yeah, like I was loud about that. Awful.
Not free silence. Fuck knows, mate. Martinez.
You know the worst part is, if we just wait until January, we could have signed him for free because he had a year left on his deal. Signed him for free.
This is what this
the same amount of games.
They were desperate for him now.
Play the same.
That's why we can't have nice things, bro. We destroy everything, man. We destroy everything. You can't unite, bro. You just can't have anything, man. You just can't have anything. You know what I'm saying to you, and we just destroy it. So
what about Nagelsmann though? We've been linked with Nagelsmann, innit?
Oh yeah, Nagelsmann. Yeah, we have.
I take him what we've got now.
I take him, man. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Go get me Nagelsmann. Go get me Hansi Flick. Go get me whatever. If this new Ineos want to come in and they say, right, we're getting rid of this manager, we're bringing this guy in, We'll back the process, and then what we'll see is when that doesn't work, we'll call it out. That's how it's going to be like now. You know, I mean, this sentiment over managers has to stop. Other clubs do it regularly, and there's nothing about it. Oh, but Bayern can ruthless. This is what United is a sentiment towards managers. You know what I mean? And then this idea that you can't criticize managers. You can't say, broski, it's not working. It is not working with this manager.
Is that much blind loyalty at Manchester United, Jerry? We might as well start being called Stevie Wonder FC, bro. It's unbelievable. Like
for real.
Unbelievable.
Blind. And the thing is, blind loyalty to what? That's the crazy part is another thing we all want outside the Glazers being gone is Manchester United being successful. Some people would really just be happy with us like not winning anything, even to the point of getting relegated as long as they feel okay. That's one thing I've noticed content creating. There's a large proportion of fans, not just at Manchester United, but in particular Manchester United, who as long as they feel good and the players they want to see and their favorite to play in and a manager they like, it doesn't matter if we're successful.
Yeah.
That I've seen that. Oli was a prime example of that. Yeah, and Ten Hag is now that with some of these players. That's why you have people just backing Bruno. Or because he works hard, he gets the club. Double A mentioned it with Rashford. Oh, he's Mac born and bred. He understands the club. He's a true word. What does that mean? I'm Mac born and bred. I understand the club. Guess what? I'm not good enough to play for Manchester United either. I'm just as Manchester United as him, as we all are here.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? You might have turned up more at Old Trafford this season than Rashford has. What are we talking about?
Yeah. Hey.
For real.
Trust me. For real.
I'd be genuinely
more energy
more energy. This is what I'm saying. You might have been more consistent.
I've won more 50-50s than him as well.
Yeah. More 50-50s trying to get into the stadium.
More just charging into stewards, You know
what I mean? Telling you, man. More 50-50s.
This is the point I'm making.
Bro, it's crazy.
But it's all about, it's too much feelings, it's too much emotions. That's what fuck your feelings.
Facts over feelings.
Facts, facts over feelings. We don't care about it, like, be successful. But again, like I said, people are just happy as long as they feel good. They feel close to the team.
Yep. Absolutely. Listen, we're going to wrap it up here, man. It's been an amazing show. Thank you all for watching. Please, guys, I don't know if we're on 1,000 likes, guys. Let me just check quickly. We'll still got 1.5k in here, and we're going to redirect to Flawless's stream. We got 822. Guys, 822. That means we're less than, 200 away? Guys, big up to everyone who's locked in. Big up to Just Joe. Listen, I see you, Leeds. I see Leeds climbing up the table. I can't wait to play Leeds next year because at least we're guaranteed 6 points against Leeds. You know what I mean? If there's one thing about next season, is that we're guaranteed 6 points against Leeds. So please,
up, doesn't it? Gets the goal difference.
Get our goal difference up. So Leeds, please come to the Premier League so we can play you lot.
+4. 0 will be +4.
We've been +4, man. So please get back to the league, man. But listen, man, guys. Big up, man. Yeah, man. Big up. Make sure you follow his channel, man. Good guy, man. Good guy. Ash, man, let them know what you got coming up, man. Someone said, read super chat. What did you say? Thoughts on fans not going to games are plastic fans. Nah, nobody said that. I don't think anybody says that, and that shouldn't be the case because at the end of the day, circumstances.
Can I just say something on that side? Fans who don't go to the games, you see some of the fans around the world, and they stay up all hours of the nights. They're watching in Nepal, they're watching Australia, they're watching in South America, watching all over the place. You boys, the dedication you're showing that. So don't ever feel like you're not true fans, you're not real fans because you're up there late night, early mornings doing all, and then you got to go to work, you got to graft. Do you know what I mean? So. Nah, no one thinks that. No one here thinks that, and that's just not the case. You know, you boys are there with us. Do you know what I mean? And we feel it for sure.
We do it pre-season when it's in America. Like I could not do that for 10
bro,
months.
I tell him all the time, bro.
Yeah. Imagine. I'm watching this shit as well.
Yeah, big up to you,
bro. I just turn up the alarm. Turn up the alarm, me.
Waking up to watch that crap to see Maguire and Bruno. And Rashford,
dedication.
Like this is not what we're doing. Yeah, they are super dedicated, and
you might love the club more than us, to be fair.
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't go to games, people, because is that value for money? You know what I'm saying my money can be spent elsewhere rather than go there. And salute to all the fans around the world because my watch-alongs I do with 2 American dons. Shout out to Eddie, shout out to Sheik. They're on West Coast time, so they be waking up early hours of the morning. Shout out to Eddie because the last watch-along we just did, they put him to sleep. He fell asleep twice on the watch-along. That's how bad it was. And he's waking up 6, 7 in the morning because he's in LA. Like, what are we doing here? Like, yeah, so this whole thing. And another thing is we have billions of fans. Old Trafford's not that big. He can't fit us all.
For real, man. But yeah, man. Big up to you lot. Ash, what you got coming up? Anything coming up on your? Yeah, check out the vlog. Check out the vlog, people.
Yeah,
Let me put it in the
check
chat
out
one second.
vlog, YouTube, Ash Meppers, TikTok, all that. I stream on Twitch most nights. Ash Meppers again, FIFA Ultimate Team, 20-0 and all that. Do you know what I mean? Ultimate Team spending a big money on that shit. Depressing and all that, but it's fun. It's fun. We have a lot of fun. Much love to the boys as always. You know what I mean? A pleasure for the therapy on a Sunday. You know, we're gonna need some serious therapy next week. Do you know what I mean? That's gonna be interesting.
Man, don't remind me, man. I've just got an early eye in my heart, man, bro. No, don't do that to me, man.
And all that side. Do you know what I mean? Fucking
Aye, seriously, man. Seriously.
Yeah, so
but now listen, man. Big up, bro.
Make sure you're hitting them likes, boys. Do you know what I mean? It's quality free content here as always. Do you know what I mean? All it takes is a like, and we're back again next week. So
yeah, there's the video, people. So check it out, people. Double A, man. Big up to you, man, as always, man.
Yeah, man. Always good to be with the boys on a Sunday night, regardless if we win or lose. Yeah, man. Just is what it is, isn't it? We roll on to Wednesday and see what kind of shit was served up. I mean, I think even Oliver was served up better slop than we're served up at Old Trafford at the moment with this United team.
Shocking news. Shocking news, Double A.
I know.
Yeah, man.
But nah, man. Yeah, Double AFC, Talking Kit, they're the channels. Go and check them out. Go and subscribe. Go and like and all that. Love to each and every one of you. Big up the chat as always. It's always good fun. No hard feelings and all that. It is what it is. But yeah, man, we roll on and make sure you're following, supporting these guys. Big up Saeed, allowing his platform to be used by so many other people. Other channels do not let you do that. You have to have clout. You have to have a name before they even get you in the door. So big up to Saeed. You know, as long as you're passionate, as long as you love football, he'll give you a chance. And you know, not many creators are doing that. Especially with
listen, I give Marcel a chance, and Marcel is tough work. So you know what I mean. So if I can get Marcel on, I can get anyone on. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Marcel, by the way. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, big up, man. And Flawless. Let them know what you got coming up, man. You're going to be live in literally right now, actually.
Yeah,
so,
literally going live, people. So, yeah, big up for having me on the channel. As always, Saeed, always look forward to the show. Double A, Ash, always great, man. Love this show, for real, for real. Big up to the chat as well. Yes, Sarcasm C, sports Q&A, people. So, obviously, more questions about Manchester United, unfortunately. Mainly going to be just Liverpool, Chelsea. So, dunking on Chelsea, pretty much. The Chelsea lot will probably be in the comment section complaining. Also, I think Lewis said he's going to pull up as well. When I said Q&A tonight, he's like, I will be there. So, he's got plenty more to say. He's probably still ranting now. So yeah, subscribe, man. Sarcasm City TV, because we're closing in on 10K. So we try to get there. So we're closing in. We're less than we're less than 300 away. So we try to get to 10K. Like 100%. We're trying to get there. And on top of that, Sarcasm City TV gaming. Make sure you check us out. We on Pro Clubs. We doing bits. We like top 800 in the world. So yeah, make sure you check us out on Pro Clubs, people. I can manage better than 10 Hawk. So yeah, Sarcasm City TV gaming on YouTube and Sarcasm City TV on YouTube as well.
Yeah. Big up, man. And listen, do FIFA League good. I beat him 7-1 last night, whatever it is. Go check it out, man. So
what console you on,
Saeed? Easy for me, man.
What console?
I'm on PS5. PS5.
Come on, those cross-play.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll have a FIFA night, you know what I mean? I'll see what Ash is saying, man. You know what I mean? See what he's about.
Do you know what I mean? You got no chance.
Ash is a
listen, out of 1 million people in the world playing FIFA, I've been top 100 once. I've been in the top 100. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I got receipts and everything. I'll show you.
Okay.
This is why I stay in my lane and run clubs. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at my best.
Now, big up Lee, man. Big up to Lee. Yeah, guys, head over to Sarcasm City TV right now. I'll see you tomorrow, midday live. Check us out there. We're live. Lee Gunner and the rest of them. We're out. Peace.